Like, why are you doing this to yourself? Like, why are you doing this to yourself? You see, you're just inflicting pain on yourself and Jay. But maybe if you can use that pain as motivation, hey, listen, please. I didn't get soup. I got uh, a very hot, nice, almost Santa Claus meal yesterday, and yeah, no, the love that it was made by kept me warm the whole time. Hey, why am I cheesy today? Toxic day, Tina. Yes. Hello, Black Mentalist. How you doing? I'm too cold to get married. No guests will come. That is the best one, when that is the best one. That is the best one. You see, people will not come through, so you spend less. You see, just make sure if you nyana ube mnandi. Other than that, I pumendabin. Let's see. Teddy Bear will help for some of us. Hey, yeah, no, I. All the best, Ngama Teddy Bear. Yeah, can we get seasonal benefits of marriage? Angala. Doesn't work like that, Makupa. Ngala. Banela.
Coco.
Topic of today, no, so relax. Relax. The topic of today will keep you warm. What not? Hey, Sabzi?
We're taking. I'm not happy.
It's because you're not married.
What is it with you today? Excuse you.
Guys,
Why are you gaslighting us? Number one, you are saying get married, get married. Ladies, hi, hello. Are we marrying ourselves? Are we marrying ourselves? Are we the ones
yes.
that are popping up the questions? Why
Yes.
you are telling us about
Yes.
little blankets? You are here saying your food was made with love. But KG, we get it. You don't have to rub anything on anywhere.
I'm living my truth. I'm living my truth. I ain't rubbing anything on anyone's face, you know? Just my truth.
No. Hi, KG, we get it. We are single. We are kotoling. Is Govishing, is Gunini. Yeah, right. You know, please.
It's okay. It's okay. Is the aircon heater hot in your car? Is it
Let
working?
me tell you, between the sunlight and the aircon, guys, I am so warm. People have been saying it's cold, and then only when I have to get out of my car. But the entire time, I am burning in the car.
Uh-huh. Okay, that's good. That's good. Stay in your car, ma'am. At least you won't make mistakes. Very good. Very good.
It's my legal blanket because it's under my name.
Right, right. At least there is light at the end of the tunnel for some people. So thank you. It's only, use the right eyes. When you're taking offense, you won't see the benefits. I want to say, well, take it good. Good, at least on a legal blanket, yeah, care. She can switch it on whenever she wants, She only pays for the petrol, and that's it. It moves.
Like mentalist, please, ngicela ungiyeke Mtimande. I know I said I won't get married anytime soon. Guys, if I do anything that I said I won't do in this winter, don't blame me. You can't blame me. Please forgive me.
Sabela, I said, get married. We will deal with the other seasons, we'll deal with the other seasons later. Get married now. Now.
KG,
Over.
let me tell you. Kagiso,
Mm.
let me tell you.
Yo,
I want you to listen to me.
Yo, that took me home.
Let me tell you,
Yes, ma'am.
if women could marry themselves,
Oh.
I promise you there'll be very few of us who are still not married. If women could marry themselves. Like woman would have been gone, girls finished, done, gone, like there.
In Kenya, you're looking for solutions that don't exist. There are men out here. Marry the men that are there. Eh? Let them
Where are
marry
the
you.
men?
They're
Where are the
here.
men?
they're here. I'm
But
sure.
the men still want to. Yeah, we see the men. Okay, I'm not gonna. Yo, please, I'm not gonna disrespect. Black mentalist is gonna come for me. Before you come for me, Mtimande, we see the men. The men are here, but the men are not serious there today. Like Kagiso, they want to settle down and aha and build and all of that. These men want a bit of everything. These men want their bread to be buttered all the sides, not just on both sides, but on all the damn sides. So yeah.
When you say Dumelang, when you
Hello,
say
Papa.
I am not getting married anytime soon, there is a genuine guy who never even comments, who just comes to the live just to listen and hear people's views. And this lady has a thing looking at Usabs, thinking, Usabs, she sounds like a very good woman whom ngizozithobela kuye naye angithobele ngimkhonze angithande or ngimthande angikhonze sihloniphane. But now subs say I'm not getting married anytime soon, and that guy is like, wothi ngiyofuna kwenye indawo. So don't blame them, Shamsiswam. Do not blame them. Kubi la ngaphandle. And yini enenza ukuthi kube kubi. Even the guys who are saying, we are not married. You've been giving girlfriend allowance at 10,000 for the past 12 months. That's 120,000 off ilobolo. And now you would want to negotiate ilobolo 80,000 to be 40, but you've been giving out ama-10 angaka. So angixolelwa ongaganiwe akaxolelwa makuba ukhipha ilontuza i-monthly allowance over 6K. Usimame ongaganile othi not anytime soon, men are like this, men are like that. Hayi naye shem uyifakile lapho akukho esokusho.
Black mentalist, please run the show. I'm
Can
done.
I answer him?
I can leave.
You return soldier, Mina KG. I can't be running the show right now.
Please
So
run the show. Please.
Young shula lento kodwa ngiyayifuna futhi. I'm ready. I'm ready.
Can I speak to my sisters, ne? Ngiyabuya kuwe ungahambi Mtimande. I'm coming back to you. My sisters. So y'all don't say ukuthi nina nithola ama allowance ama 10,000 nama 12,000, guys. Like the girls. Like the girls. Where do you get them? Why am I buying my own tires and paying for my car service and doing my hair and my nails when you guys are out here getting about 12,000, about 10K, 12,000? Hi Nina. Hi Nikridi man. Nifuna ukudla nodwa. But anyway, coming back to you, like mentalist. So also, me saying that I'm not getting married anytime soon could have been based on the fact that I am single. Ne? Number one. Number two, when you are single, there's no way you can say I'm gonna get married in the next 3 months. Also, Mina, I know myself, I'm very old-fashioned. I still want a guy to shell me and take me out on dates before we can still do anything, So that's what I could have meant, Kagiso, when I said not anytime soon. You know? As you said.
Me, I'm sipping my tea.
Kukhona insizwa la ngaphandle eyifana nathi, not mina to be exactly, kodwa ezikhulise njengami. Mazishela intombi manje zivele nje zimtshela ukuthi isimo sasekhaya ukuthi akekho uthi baba kimi, nami akekho ngithi mama kuye. Ekhaya bazi umuntu ngicela ukukwazisa ekhaya ngiyithume iphelele. There are so many guys, and you've heard of abantu abahlangana 2 months bese baganena ngisho. You've heard of those, and we for 5 years, and then after 5 years I met someone, and then after 6 months or 3 months we got married. And those marriages are very successful because they still own it right now. So mawuthi because you are single awukaqomi. So qoma le ethi mina ngikufuna ekhaya, ngikufuna uzocaca, ngikufuna ukuthi usebenzise isibongo sami. So when you say not anytime soon, so bye-bye. Enjoy the aircon and the sun in the car.
First time I'm seeing subs being defeated. Makupe, come rescue your person here, please.
Okay, so please come through.
Oh, mentalist, you've made my year. I. Doesn't. I'm alright. I'm
Good
alright.
morning. Okay, so
Morning.
Ninjan.
I'm very warm. Yourself?
Oh, ke o week ne?
Does it come twice in a month, Batung?
Ke
How?
o week. Kiyabona.
Done.
If Sabelo's defeated, Sabelo's making me her sapobi, but it's fine. Amadoda awasasheli one. You will be stuck in the talking stage. It will be a perpetual cycle until I don't know when. You'll be in the talking stage. Iphele talking stage. Ube kwenye. Uphele talking. It's a loop that doesn't end. So I don't know where these imaginary men abashalanayo abanikana allowance hey yo Bagu, put the black mentalist house. Please point us in the right direction. Maybe
Your
is
answer
wrong.
is coming, Makupe. Your
Maku,
answer is coming.
Maku. You
Maybe
know what?
Here's
we
your
are the
answer
one.
here.
Oh,
The
You know
person
what's
who
the
has
coming
your
problem
from
we're
answer
facing
Ponyana.
now?
still.
You know what's
Now,
the
Coming
problem we're
from
facing right
Ponyana.
now? Lalela Siswam, you know what the
let's
problem is
listen to
coming,
Black
what the problem
Mentalist.
is now. This is the
Mm.
problem. And this happened to me not long ago. I think about mina ke ngiyinsizwa ke isashela ngoba ngikaganwa. So ngiyashela impela, ngiyayihaya intombi. Kwesinye isikhathi ke angishele kaningi nje, angisheleli ukuthi ngiqonywe ke ngoba sengiqonyiwe ngisho. So ngishela nje uyihaya intombi ukuthi yazi ukuthi yinhle, ukuthi naphambili mayibonwa futhi ngifisela inhlanhla mangihaya. Now inkinga iba lana ukuthi khona omunye engithe ngimhaya wavele wathi ayi budi ayisasebenzi lento yakho. Manje sekukhuluma ukuthi ungicela amanamba and then tell me ukuthi ucela ne-account number noma uzongithumelela imali sihlangane and start talking. And I admire people who break up during the talking stages because that means they are vetting each other and they are aware that, we are not compatible. So before we even get into, a lot of things going down, so we'd rather asiqede because we don't agree on how we should carry a relationship, or we're not compatible in certain places, so the relationship won't work out. So let's not force it, because zizogcina silwa. And I strongly admire that. And I'm a true makube kune-fan yakhona, I'm 100% fan yaloko ukuthi during talking stages things don't work out and siyeka lapho than ukuthi things don't work out after 6 months. Ayi cha ngeke isebenze le.
Ikopa kwaraba.
Araba Makupe.
I think that there's a difference between people that intentionally as guys and watonya maleme a freeze intentionally enter the talking stage because they want to build relationships and get into relationships. Then there are people that enter talking stages to evade accountability. They want the benefits of a relationship, but none of the responsibilities that come with the relationship. So you want to be out here talking to me about your day, venting about all these nonsense things, me carrying all these things is ako. But then at the end of the day, when you're supposed to be held accountable for your actions, you make appointments, you don't come through, all these things. I am now stuck because I can't hold you accountable. I can't be like, listen, KG, you said you were going to come at 10, you didn't, because I'm not your girlfriend. Right? But after that, I'll be out here listening about your childhood traumas and nonsense. But do you understand what I'm saying? So, yes, there are the few guys that are serious about being in the talking stage to know a person better. But then there are those who are still in the quote unquote game, who are still trying to, get all the benefits of dating. And then there are still some girls like, and this is not a judgment or anything, there are still some girls that are in the talking stage but will sleep with the man. So why would he want to be out of the talking stage in the first place? Because he's getting everything. Everything. Right? So I think there are people that have found loopholes and are using them to get these benefits. It's a relationship. So yeah.
Why are you not closing the holes now that you're aware of them? These
Because it
loopholes.
keeps moving. That's how scammers work. That's how scammers work. They have their thumb firmly on the pulse. They know okay. But my mates, momo makoya run down oh so khulunywa so also abo girl manje sebayazi ukuthi talking stage is nonsense. Now we're gonna say this. They know exactly what to say. They know exactly which strings to pull. Otherwise, like this is an ever evolving thing. So they evolve with you. You know what I mean?
All right. Let's have an agreement, okay? Ne? Women's conference. You must deal with the girls who are giving men these benefits. Kuza them. Men's conference. We will deal with the men who are always looking for loopholes and tell them, Kuti, before you know it, you are 70 and you are still finding loopholes because they will forever be there, right?
You know
So.
what KG, do you know what the problem is, ne? Ka women's conference. Ke gore now we are fighting this battle with abuti ba rona ba etsang boshayedi. But we must also now fight our sisters who will be telling us that we are policing their bodies. Hey, we are slut shaming them. Hey, understand? We just don't know what to do.
Don't waste your breath.
You?
Don't waste your abakhuzeki labo. Basidlisa ngamadayisi.
Yo, guys. Sorry. So I will keep my secrets to myself and I'll talk to my sisters and those that are close to me because I am not going to be telling people you're a slut shamer or you policing people's bodies because big terms are always ready. Hey, they will throw the book at you that they don't understand themselves because that's not even what slut shaming is. But it's okay. I see collab.
Hi, Mponyan. Your big sisters have spoken and ours were not seen.
I agree with them. I definitely agree with them. But I wanted to answer my I wanted to answer Umakupe. You know, Umakupe stresses me more than Makupe and Subs. They prove time and time again ukuthi they are from the same family because they are the same person. They are the same person. They give me stress as fanayo. First, it was Subs. Yes, I dealt with Subs for many months. Ebeka ka give up. Now ke Makupe doing the exact same thing. Are where are these men? There is a man that is after Umakupe. Makupe, shh. Makupe, shh. This man ofleta le Makupe everywhere we turn. Makupe Mabane, I was hosting a live. Are, did you notice ukuthi usibani bani bekangekho? Get how? Of everyone that joins Makoya Rundown, you notice that this particular person wasn't there. But yimotlanyayo. Yimotlanyayo Makupe. That is Sekgothudi. Kopa re conference ya both men and women. Gore re khone go tlhaloganyana because a ke itse gore why basadi ba rata go misa these signs and then but what are you saying? Where did you see that?
I refuse.
It's a general response.
I refuse.
No,
I refuse, I refuse.
It's a general response.
And then please dare and answer her. Me, I'll mute you.
I can't only dictator.
Okay, let's go. Try.
So I don't know what to do now. Is this a real try or like what's happening here?
Do it. Answer. It's fine. Then we go into the topic of the day.
So what she's saying is reinforcing my point. If this Abuti is really interested in your homegirl, why isn't he being deliberate and clear?
Why must we be out here trying to decipher his behavior? No, this minute, you understand? There's nothing that has been deliberate or intentional where he came out and listen, let's do this. If anything, it was Mponyana who was doing insinuations and pushing people or nudging people in the right direction. So, girl, bye.
Fair. To the men out here, please, can the ladies be shallowed? Can you be forthcoming? Can you be, straight? Can you speak? But you must speak. But you must speak, and let's see what's gonna go on. And yeah, thank you for that, Makupe. And you see a lot of women are saying, come through, Black Mentalist.
No, he mustn't come through.
Before topic iqala cha hayi angiyike umuntu ngifuna nje ukutshela ney'nsizwa ukuthi angithi kwesinye isikhathi banalama arrangements wabo wena but KG. So osisi banokuthi mangabe awuyimisela into oyifunayo mhlambe ile isitshe esibheke phansi sokudla okungachitheki iba honest. So ngifuna ukuthi nje nasey'nsizweni ake nisoke bafethu elimini umuntu ayikhulume kahle lo nto usho nje ukuthi usogwadule ucela unkentshezi nje kuphela. Yinto oyimisele ngayo awuyimisele ukuthi uphathe yonke indoni yamanzi ucela nje amanzi akhona lapho bese soyadlula. Uyikhulume kahle ngokuyihlonipha. Ungayiceli manje usu straightforward ngathi ubuya le kwelase west ukuthi mina ngicela le ukuyana bese ke soyathukwa ke bese sothi hayi abazazi ukuthi bafunani bayazazi ukuthi bafunani kodwa bafuna ukuhlonishwa. Ungayibeki inkulumo nje ibe sobala ngathi izinqe zenkawo. Ibeke nje ibe yinhlushu ukuthi hayi mina nje into engiyizele ngicela nje amanzi eorange ngoba naku ngomile. Okunye nokunye cha i-orange angeke ngilithathe lonke. Umuzi usisi ukuthi uthini ngoba phela insizwa ziyabhimba mfowethu ziyabhimba insizwa bese sesithi osisi bethu abazazi ukuthi bafunani. So nje bengithi nje ngisho kanjalo insizweni ake nisoke bafethu abakhuluma isingisi bayakwazi ukusimethomo yini yathini ama metaphors abametaforize ke bayenza ama figures of speech babona ukuthi ifigure ye speech yabo ingakanani mhlawumbe incane noma inkulu.
Black Mentalist. Lento qeda ukuyenza manje
Are solely those of the individuals participating in the conversation and do not necessarily reflect the official policy or position of the podcast host or any affiliated organization. Listener discretion is advised.
And with that, can we start the show?
Before we start the show, Tukupa ubute Makupe abule camera ya gae. She's probably melting. She is. Makupe will die because of Zulu man. I know she is melting where she is. We can start with today's topic.
What's happening? Since Samuel Anali network, I would KG, have you noticed? Gore matsatsi jara a o so mong ka ra sa dula go gabo or a bereke ko mmerekong go na le mo a berekelang.
Okay.
Ngoba i-network i-perfect.
I'm in Joburg. I'm in Joburg. I'm not traveling. When I'm Ponyana, you know, she's melting. She's trying to cover up now. She is. Okay, so open your camera.
I'm full. I'm like that.
Oh wow, ladies and gentlemen, we are here. We are Makoya Rundown. We are here Monday to Friday, 10:20. We have wonderful conversations, e.g., what just happened now. So if you're joining us for the first time, please feel welcome. And welcome back to those who have disappeared for a while, and we are here. Please remember to tap the screen. Let's get to 50K. And while we are enjoying the conversations, and you can please share. I only see 3 shares here, and I know 2 of them are me sharing. So please, let's share the live, and let's do exactly that. And before I go on with the topic, can I please give the opportunity to Mfundiswa Sekhaya, Baba.
Ngiyabingelela egameni lenkosi. Ngiyabingelela ngena bandla elingcwele. Izwi nje engizwa nalo izwi lenkosi elithi njengoba kulesikhathi samakhaza, izwi lenkosi lithi if two lie down together they will keep warm. If two lie down together they will keep warm. Amen. Ngiyayibamba lapho.
Dango, mababe nesitifiketi. Hallelujah.
Scripture, please. Sizoyifuna.
It's there. Go look. Just
Look
scroll
what?
down. Scroll down. You'll find it there. You'll find it
Look
there.
what?
It's Ecclesiastes, ma'am. Just scroll down or scroll up rather to the comments. He posted it there.
There we go. So,
I shall write it in the comments.
all right, ladies and gentlemen, today let's talk. People are feeling cold, and let's find out, how do you balance time between friends and your relationships, right? We've been seeing the results of, some are good, some are bad. We've been seeing the results of friends in relationships, friends in marriages, and it's always a contentious issue. So much so, as a married person myself, there are things that you are advised by the elders when you're getting married, and this particular topic never gets missed, about friends when it now comes to your marriage. And I don't think it's any different to your relationships and the role and the influence that your friends have in your relationship. And sometimes in this case we're talking about how do you balance time between, but also these things have influence in terms of when you have different people and how they influence your relationships. And maybe we'll have that as a topic of the day another day. But today, how do you balance between your friends and your relationship / marriage? Because I believe both these people need their time. Marriage and your partner will need your time. Your friends will also need your time. And friends do play a certain role at every stage of your relationship, and I speak of marriage in this case. Sorry for your network. When I propose, please change the network and come back. So these things play a big role, but sometimes people are struggling with juggling that balance and making sure that you don't spend, because those you spend time with in any case will influence your life. So okay, everyone seems to be glitching. Is the life glitching, or is your network not coming through? Makupe, are we glitching? Are you experiencing a glitch?
I'm fine. Maybe Kiki weather. Wabo.
Yeah, nah. Okay, so other people are good, and unless these people are just going in jail because it's the topic.
I think I was about to leave, because I'm not married. We just talked about how we are not married, we are not dating. Asas, this is beyond our scope. We don't know nothing.
But you guys have been in this relationship.
Yeah.
You guys have been in this relationship. So
Sito must come because he's got 3 times experience. Let him come.
And tell us how he juggles,
Imagine.
the kingdom that is building.
You understand? I will speak from a single person's point of view who's been
Please
in a
come to
relationship.
Yes. So, guys, let me know. Makupe, I don't know if you muted by mistake or you're on a call or something. Oh yeah,
No, I'm
come
muted
through.
for Kaskaras.
All right, no, come through. Where
How?
you
I
are?
was still listening to you.
Ah, okay, but I was fairly done. But anyway, let me wrap it up. Let me give my opinion. Right. Like I said, when you get married, you are advised by the elders and the people who have walked this journey, and they will tell you to say that the common one that everyone is rattled by is the issue of now that you are married, keep your single friends at bay. You know, whether you are a female or you are a male, because the behavior of those who are single versus those who are married will not be the same. There will be certain expectations, there will be certain responsibilities that you need to uphold and take over as a married person, that therefore those responsibilities and priorities are not the same for people who are single. Not to say there are not any valuable friends anymore because now you are married, not because they are different people, now that you are married, but purely based on responsibilities, priorities are different, right? For example, for a couple that has kids, their priorities will be different from a couple that does not have kids. We can't go to the same restaurants anymore because the restaurant that you go to when you have children needs to be child friendly, needs to have those child seats and things like that. So there's a lot of other things that you need to consider in this case. And this is similar when people are married. They have certain things, they have certain routines that, especially when they're freshly married, and they have certain routines that they are currently building. And these routines could easily be derailed by the different priorities that single people have. So for me, they still people in your life who stood by you while you were single, who stood by you in that relationship, and they also deserve still a place when you are married. Just that it's a different kind of place because there's a different phase of your life, right? So we just need to have a good conversation with your people, communicate with your people, communicate with your friends, and be like, okay, cool. Now that I'm married, there are certain responsibilities that I have that I did not have while I was still, single. And as a result of these take priority. But you, as my friend, equally I have a priority towards you. I have, lack of a better word, responsibility towards you in terms of maintaining our friendship. Because it is when things are both good and bad that these relationships come in place, because we are indeed, as they say, a total sum of the people who are around you. So people help in time of need. People are there to support you, to congratulate you, to uplift you, when things are good. And you can't do all of these things without your friends, without your family to a certain extent. But some friends have come so close that they are family. Sorry, Mahlat. Apologies. Me, I said I was gonna give you guys opportunity to speak, but yeah, let me keep it here. Let me keep it here.
Babella. You know what, I would
Yes, ma'am.
say to you.
Yes, ma'am.
Single friends, particularly female single friends, get such a bad rap. And um, let me tell you how many marriages single female friends have saved. How many times we have told our friends, go home, do this, do that. Ke bona ba sa nyakeng go ya gae. And then you're going to say, it's us. And it's just that Sabelo is not here. but she knows a particular person that I'm talking about. We literally have to drag homegirl by the hair to go home, you know? So it's that. And two, like, I think that there may also be a danger in like completely isolating a person from their friends, because sometimes go ba le the blind spots in a relationship and stuff like that, and you can get a fresh perspective from your friend even though she's single, right? So I mean, advice get advice, you don't have to apply it. Ke tlo botsa gore, mara KG o dirile so, like, you're gonna come and confide in me and then I'll tell you my 2 cents, right? What you do with it is up to you, but it's also, I mean, if, your friends are a reflection of you. So if o kgethile dichomi tse misfirang, then it's your problem. I think the problem is within you, wabo. But yeah, guys, your single friends get such a bad rap. We can also babysit your kids for you. Leo go to date night. I understand, such a valuable asset. Don't, guys, don't abandon us, please.
With that said, I think also as a person, you need to make certain decisions informed, of course, that evaluate people in your life, all these people who are your friends who may happen to be single. I'll try and make an example of, let's use the corporate environment, yeah? If you are working and you see that a colleague, wants to jeopardize your job, you need to be careful and put boundaries in place. And also you will know, okay, this colleague, there's certain information I cannot share. There are certain, I can't be overly open with this person. I can't do this and this with this person because I've seen that banama tendencies. Yabo? So I say that mostly your loyalty remains with your marriage through and through. And whether this is friendship, whether this is family, that loyalty remains with your marriage. And you need to then see for yourself and be like, Yazin, I know this friend of mine and I know who they are and I've seen them, and I don't think I should be trusting them in this and this and this area of my relationship, for example. And I've made this example before. When I was still dating, there was a particular friend of mine, and he just had a tendency of wanting to share my girlfriends, or I don't know whether it was his intention on Shabaga Stain or whatever the case. Because for me, I was like, listen, this is my boy, and my girls, any girl that I'm dating will know who my boy and whatnot. And I don't have restrictions in terms of whether you know my friend or not, because most of the time I spend time with him. But it got to a point where I was like, nah, my guy, me and you are gonna have an understanding. I love you as my friend, love you as my boy, and I trust you as such. But when it comes to my girlfriends, let's agree that I don't trust you. You should not even trust me when it comes to your girls. So I will put you at bay. Yeah, So it's very important to know your people and see, is this person for you, truly for you? And if they are for you, they will be for your improvement, for your growth, and they will even as much as protect your marriage with you, so to put it. So you need to have those conversations with your people. Come to Makupe.
We were having a conversation. Okay, so yesterday we were talking about the friendship thing. There's somebody who made a comment, we use the term friend very loosely. So yesterday we spoke about Jonantu Oya Hore. There is a difference between friends and acquaintances, right? So here I'm guessing we're speaking about friends who are essentially the family that you have chosen for yourself. So it's a very deep and intimate relationship that you have with someone that is just platonic, right? And then what was I gonna say? Oh, hore, in the spirit of hore, your friend is now your family. Like, nah, my friends, boyfriends, and partners, I don't even sexualize them. I don't even see any attraction in them at all, you know? And it boggles the mind, hore, how do people get there with their relatives essentially? Because if your friend is you indeed your friend, that person is your relative. O batla monna also how basically, you know? So what's going on? I think that we also need to pray for discernment. We tend to ignore red flags even when we see them with our friends. You know when somebody doesn't like you. You know when someone doesn't have your best interests at heart. It starts with very small things where it's like mistakes. Okay, no, that was a mistake, you know. A go senyetsa tšhelete, a go direle eng, o go senyetsa ka dilo tse dinnyane. You hear the little comments that they make about you, what that are under the guise of a joke. You know, they poke at your character. You know what they say when your partner's around. Do they defend you? Do they low key throw you under the bus? Dilo tse bjalo, you know. You need to look out for things like that, and you need to stop being in denial. You need to make audits of people in your life. Check what you benefit from certain relationships. If the bad outweighs the good, you need to cut people loose. You need to cut people loose, like, because it's deeper than just your marriage and your relationship. Because if this person is not for your marriage and your relationship, they are not going to be for your kids. It's something that is so, you need to protect yourself against people like that. And for that to happen, you need to pray for discernment, and you need to pray for the strength to be able to cut people off. Because it's something that we say so loosely. Oh no, I've always got scissors. It's not easy. It's not. If you genuinely love this person and they have been with you through thick and thin, it's not easy to just take a scissor and cut a person off. It's actually probably more difficult to cut a friend off than a boyfriend, to be honest.
Yeah.
You know? So
And
yeah.
just on the topic of cutting people off, I don't even think some people deserve cutting, because and I kind of don't want to look at it as cutting. There is that element where you cut people off, but sometimes is you just limit the room you give them in your life. You can still see this person, and also how you do it. I think the issue of cutting people off happens outside of communication, and I think that's very toxic, where you don't sit the person down and talk. And people always find it weird when I say that when you become a friend, best know that there's going to be a conversation that we have where I say to you, I need to know how far I throw you, right? I need to know, when I'm all good and happy and I want to call someone to be good and happy with me, will you do it? When I need you to come through for something that is very important to me, not because I'm in need, but I want you to come through, will you deliver? Would you act accordingly? If I call you to an opportunity, you will not embarrass me. If things are hard, because every time we only speak about when things are hard, but it's also when things are good that I need to know how far I can throw you. And that conversation for me personally can only happen when we talk. I don't want to decipher things, right? Where I need to be like, yo, now that I'm married, there are certain things I will need from you that might be different from in the past time when I was still single. that thing is this, and this, and this. Are you capable of meeting those needs? You know? And this is how I see our relationship going forward, and the role I think I can continue to play in your life as your friend. Because we don't have this communication, it becomes a little bit more difficult when people do things that hurt you. It's because there's unmet expectations and things like that. So for me personally, in my relationships, I try and have these conversations, and obviously having vetted you first and whatever the case, and I'll be like, okay, no, cool, this person is a person that I want in my life, let's have this conversation. So equally so, I will have these conversations when I'm married. At any stage of my life, this is what I would like you to play this role in my life, because this is how I value you in my life. Then at any given point in time that KG sees me as this, and I need to either live up to it, and if I can't, I must communicate that I can't, and there's nothing wrong with that type of a thing. But it does not now warrant me just cutting you off because you can't play a certain role in my life, So limit the room that I give you in my life, so I know that I don't talk certain things to you. I know that I don't do this because I've seen and I've communicated that I want this and you can't deliver this, and it's fine. There's nothing wrong in that, So that's for me how I manage my relationships in that regard. And yeah, Makupe, come through while I still read the comments that I'm missing a lot. And
so
guys,
I would
please, can you come to the panel? Why are you making Makupe carry this burden alone?
I think also we need to look at the person, like individual accountability, how people were raised and how people behave on their own, because there are people that even when they are married, they just act wretched and toxic and break other people's marriages, right? So like, for example, when somebody is married, and I'm sure you can also attest to this, KG, I don't see you as KG an individual. Somewhere nje, Ria will be featured in my talks with you.
Definitely.
There's no way, like, I'm going to not only disrespect you, I'm not going to disrespect your wife. But then there are people that even when motho anyetse ukreya udula on their lap, whether their wife is not there or uteng, like, it's disrespectful. You're always touching up on people's men. No, don't take life so seriously. It's serious. Like, it is serious.
Sure.
You know what I mean? So people need to also think about their individual behavior. How am I conducting myself? Ke a mo tseba motho o mong gore ke eng, monna motho o mong ke a mo hlompha na, lenyalo la motho o mong ke a le hlompha na. And there's this new thing of how people feel that you're only responsible for your actions, you're not responsible for people's reactions, or how they feel about what you say. Guys, at the end of the day, we are all responsible for each other. We all owe each other decency for society and our community to progress. We owe that to each other. We owe each other decency. We owe each other respect. If like, because the next thing you'll be out here when it's done to you. But when you do it to other people, we must accept that no, you are responsible for your actions. Guys. No.
Yeah. No, I hear you definitely. Guys, let's not forget to tap. Let's do that. And I want to touch on a comment I see from Slatsi. And please correct me if I'm not getting that comment well, Slatsi. Now, people feel like they owe people time and attention. We do not. I don't know which end you're holding is, but it made me think. I personally feel that as a friend, and at whatever level I've put you in my life, I do owe you time and attention. And I need to also be very frank about it. And in the same manner, I expect that you know that you owe me time and attention. And the owing comes from the fact that we are building this relationship, yeah? And it's because personally I'm an intentional person when I build relationships. So that's why I want to communicate, and it's clear to you that no, KG is not just passing by here. I'm building this relationship. I like you as a friend. I feel like there's certain values that I can learn from you. I feel like there's a certain role I can play in your life if you allow me, and all of these things, right? So for me, that's where the owing comes in. That as a friend, I owe you this, you owe me that. The key word is owe. I feel we choose to make and give time, but we don't owe. I hear you. Yes, I hear where you're coming from. I see it as old because when it's old, you have to give. And it's like friendships and any other relation, really, look at it as a contract. Might be a bad example, but look at it as a contract. That's where, because we've entered this relationship in the very same manner when you speak about marriage, there are certain things that my wife owes me that I also owe her, because it is the nature of a relationship that we have. And equally so in friendship, I feel there should be the owing, but you choosing not to pay what you owe is where now your choice comes in. And that now is a communication to me that you perhaps don't value me as much as I think you did, or whatever the case may be. So yeah, I don't know. That is it. I need to give Tebile. Hold your comment, please. Tebile, please come through. Tebile,
Hello, good morning.
how are you, Mama?
I am good. Friends,
Come
ne?
with
Friends and relationship indoda
Yes.
is important. When I get in a relationship, cut off. See you next time. I'm crying.
Wow.
I'm joking.
All right, come with it, man.
I am joking.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? Friends in a relationship, it's always a topic, but I do agree with most things that were said. Let me talk about me particularly. So I think to balance your friendship and your relationship, you have to communicate, yabo? And you also have to draw some boundaries. For example, you see me and my friends, I'll make example with my two closest ones.
Sure.
We have a group. So we used to just video call each other and just talk for hours, talk about things. But when my other friend got married, there had to be a boundary. You can't just call someone's husband at 10 p.m. and be like, yo, bruh, I'm going through it. So it's the responsibility of you as a partner and also as a friend. If I am your friend and I'm the partner to my partner, it's my responsibility to communicate with both of you guys, right? And draw boundaries. Maybe with both of you guys, but no. No, can you really draw a boundary between friends and a wife? No. That's cut that one. But friends, there should be boundaries. Because some friends, they don't know when to stop. They don't know. And also, when you introduce your partner to your friends, because most relationship, that's the first introduction you do before the parents and everything. You need to also watch how your friend responds to it. Because let's say we are friends of opposite sex and then you bring your girlfriend and then I'm being nasty, or maybe I'm making comments like, oh, before he was like this and now he's like this. That's a red flag. That is a red flag. So for me to balance the two, just communicate with both, draw boundaries with both.
Okay. I hear you. Something you mentioned there about calling. I think you can't then call someone's husband at 10 p.m. and whatnot. So, in my marriage and with my wife, we we talked about how we want our marriage as an institution to serve the people around us, right? And how we are going to go about doing that, and looking into equally how we are gifted and how we serve people with the gifts that we have, right? And particularly these people, first of all, will be friends. So she knew that the person I am to my friends and what I usually tend to do based on my giftings and callings. So I also had to communicate that, and I say, listen, because now we are getting married, and this is a role that I've always played with my friends and with other people generally. And for me, it's also entangled with callings and gifting. So it's not something that I can just switch off, right? So I need us to find a way of how we're going to deal with this thing, all right? So then we get to a thing where if Makupe calls me or needs to call me at whatever time, first of all, Makupe will know that, okay, if I have that restriction, you don't call me beyond this time. If you do call me, I will know, therefore, that you really, 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 really need to speak to me, right? And that is the boundary that I would have set. Then my wife also knows there's this boundary. Then when the phone rings and I'm like, it's so and so, should I take it? Then she now knows that there is the element of this, and there's the element of giftings and whatever, and then there's the element of do I want someone to come through, right? Yes, when I kill with the cap. So then she comes through, and then I will take the call. She said, no, take the call. Take the call. Hey, what's up? Oh, no, I know I'm calling and whatever. Can we talk? Yeah, let's talk. Move out, talk to whatever the case may be. But also there's that thing that that if you talk to me, and I remember my wife was telling me that someone wanted to tell her something, and she's like, you can't tell anyone. It's just like, what? Before you continue with that, me and my husband, we talk. So if you don't want me telling my husband, know that you can choose not to tell me right now. So there's those things that you have to play around and know that, okay, cool, there's room that you allow, because you need to support your friends when they're in need, but now they must know that their need must really be a need, to then call me at like 11 p.m. So I have taken calls like that, but it is because of this. And I'll also make it clear that, listen, there might be times, especially for example, if the person is a woman, I'll be like, there may be times where I can't come through as a man, and you might need something. I feel that my wife might communicate something better than I could. So I will have to bring in my wife into the situation, and they'll say, no, cool, no stress, because they understand that this is the boundaries that we have put, and these are the, prerequisites that needs to be met, type of a thing. So that kind of works for us, that now the marriage is able to serve the friends, the family, and whoever, could be even a stranger, because we know that this is how we have made it up for ourselves. So that's just something I just wanted to throw in there. Nomza, come through. Come through, please.
Sanborn.
How are you?
I'm great. I'm great. Firstly, man, may God bless you and your wife. I feel like you literally guys live for people, and as much as you said when we're talking about the topic itself, that you guys made sure that your marriage is gonna also be able to bless your friends and family. With that said, with the topic, and Nami, I'm one of the girls that honestly, if I'm in a relation, my friendship is gonna struggle a little. My friendship is gonna struggle a little. Hence,
Yeah.
I'm a person who will come on TikTok as often, and TikTok, you scroll, you come on lives, what's or not, and you can stay for hours. After work, you can stay in hours here for good to. But now I don't have time for that. I don't have time for getting into panels now, because now I have a partner. Do you understand? Most of my time, I'll be talking to my partner. So you can imagine if now my life is all about, I'm a mom, so I know that, okay, I have to make sure that the kids still get me, and also work standard.
My friends are gonna struggle a little. So how we can try and balance that? I don't wanna lie. I'm in this panel, so I can also get what I can probably do for myself because we do need advice like that. And also, let the truth, guys. Let's speak the truth and shame the devil. We know that we're always gonna put our partners first more than our friends, and we boyfriends. That's why we have this saying of boyfriends come and go, but our friendship is always here to stay. I will get hurt. It will end. I'll come back. That's what we can try doing.
Yeah.
Sorry, I got distracted.
All right. I hear you. Good. Masati, please
No,
come to the panel. Yes, continue, ma'am.
no, I was trying to answer Utlasa that I'm not listening the panel with my partner. I'm listening with a friend, which she was commenting that and we're already struggling. We have struggled ever since you dated, man. That's what she was commenting.
But do you have the conversation with them to say, hey, oh, now that I'm in a relationship, please, this is the situation. I might need you to seek me more than I will seek you, type of a thing, because I struggle with this thing. Do you have those conversations?
Not really. But nabo bayazi ukuthi there is a weninyana somewhere, you know. There is, like, for instance, me and my partner, we're in a long distance relation. I stay in Durban, he stays in Pretoria,
Sure.
right? So even as we speak, over the weekend I came to Pretoria to surprise my partner, firstly. And my girl came through, like, you know what? There's no need for you to go book a B&B or what's or not. You can come by my side, come by my house, and we're hitting 2 birds with 1 stone now. Yeah, I'm here
True.
and spending time with you while I'll still be spending time with my partner as well. So that's a
No.
great thing. I don't think there is initially a need because we try to balance, but because I have mostly female friends, we understand kind of that. We know that we are more feeling people. We're gonna hang in more with our guys rather than our girlfriends. But here and there, we will be there for each other when we initially need each other. You can, drop a guy and be like, you know what, my girl needs me at this moment. Maybe I'll be with you.
Yeah.
I don't know if
Have
that makes.
you, if you don't mind, have you lost a female friend, since those are the most you have you lost a female friend as a result of obviously now the attention going towards your relationship, and either when you need them they're not there, or when the relationship ends, then basically your relationship with your friend has seen the rocks? Have you had that experience?
Actually, I have. I lost a best friend.
Okay. That's sad. So the reason I was asking that is,
I literally lost a best friend for that. Yeah.
yeah.
I'm sorry to cut you off.
And
Continue.
so with that, don't you think then it's important to have that conversation? Because in my head, I also feel like we can't then blame people when you disappear because you're in a relationship and you don't communicate this disappearance. Then you can't blame me when you come back and I'm like, nah, I've moved on because you just disappeared and I don't know where you went, type of a situation. So that's where I feel the communication plays a big role, because now then the friend knows that, Yazin, my friend did not disappear, just they are available. If I need to call, they will pick up the phone. So I mustn't now feel like, they just discarded me and ban user. So whenever they wanna cry now, they come through.
Yeah,
What you think?
that's true. I think I should have, but then I'm one of a very very selfless people. I'm very selfless. I always put other people's needs before mine, and she knew that. Bless you, Nana. She knew that if she needed me, I'm gonna be there at all times. But then I felt like personally, and I stand to be corrected, that
Yeah.
she felt like now I'm in this relation, and because it's a new distance relation, I'm gonna be talking to my guy most of the time. Now when she wants us to go out, I'm like, it's going out, man. Come to my house, let's drink in my house so I can be having you here and we can still have a bottle of wine, you know? Not ask me to go out. No, no. I think Makupe wanted to say something there.
Yes, indeed. Cooper, come through.
So, I don't know how to put this.
Like it is.
I think that we need to be mindful of how our relation, like the status of our friendship, ibiang, with or without a relationship, right? So very like I don't know if guys go through the same thing, but with girls, like there's this phase where when you are with a new man, ne, yo, you want. There was a point where one of your old weeks, we were talking about o batla go apara motho. Like you want to be with this person all the time and just not just be next to them, be within them, be around. You want this man to be your entire existence. Okay? And as your girlfriend, I get that. So what level of what seems to be neglect leads to your friend feeling like they're no longer around or that they are ghosted? Because we have those friends that when everything is good, whether it's a man, whether it's work or whatever, you in the up and up, you leave that friend and then you go and live your good life, and then when you come back to that friend, you remember that they are your best friend. Because there are friends that are like that. I'll be with Kokejo because she listens to me, she gives me advice when I'm down, she's like this is like, but your Instagram friends, you have them also. The ones that you go to bars with and you're going to vacays. You come back to me. So
Yeah.
you need to be very careful of things like that. Be very honest with yourself. It can't just be this person. I don't take them back. A ghost must remain a ghost. Exactly. Because I mean, what's going on here? I'm a nurse, doctor. I'm your therapist. When things are bad, you come to me. When things are good, I'm not there. Because personally, my friendships is how I maintain my friendships. Whether I'm with a man or not, I can go a month without talking to my friends. And then when I talk to you, I give you an update on everything. Then there'll be a time where we talk the whole week. It's like that all the time. I'm consistent. And when I do have a new man, I'll tell you, because I want you to be excited with me. This man, let me tell you, and I describe, you know, we have but we'll have conversations about this man. Does he meet your criteria? What? About dilo tse bjalo. So let's be real with ourselves. Let's be honest with ourselves. Let's make sure our actions, when a relationship breaks down, ask yourself what your role was and be honest with yourself. Because it's very easy to remove yourself from the problem and be like, oh no, but I was just happy. And then she's not happy for me now. She doesn't want to be friends with me. But actually, you neglected your friend, you know? So
Yeah.
I also don't get why we don't communicate with these people that we call friends and lovers and whatever. Why don't you open your mouth? Even when your friend got angry or started not talking to you or started realizing that you are neglecting her, why doesn't she come to you, Chomi, we haven't spoken in a while? Or maybe she was going through something and she felt like you weren't there for her, but she didn't come to you and be like, listen, I get that you're happy and this and this and that, but right now this has happened to me. Can you be there for me? You know, I don't understand why we don't talk. Like, what's going on, guys? Why do we want to guess what people are thinking, how people are feeling? You're busy deciphering codes. No, man, guys. Speak. Open
We
your
are
mouth
doing a
and
lot of
talk.
that at work already. Can we not do it now?
You.
Guys, please.
In your space, in your personal space, you go through that with strangers on the street.
Yeah.
With your intimate relationships, you should be able to address issues.
Yeah.
Listen, I didn't like this. So that people can avoid repeating the same things. How will I know? Sometimes I'm not doing it to hurt you. It's just a part of who I am. And if I don't know that I hurt you, ke tla stop bjang? Guys,
No.
let's talk, please.
Let's do it. Let's do it. And I also like the fact that the people who are saying, "Hore, me, I fail at this thing of, I fail at this thing of not communicating, but balancing this whole situation." It's good that you know, but what are you doing then with that knowing? Yabo? Before Matlati runs away, let me give him the opportunity while he still feels the bravery. Ntata Mahlatsi, come through, sir.
Baba, stage fright.
Please, come through. How are you, sir?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm not
Guys, before you continue, sorry, Mahlatsi. Guys, Mahlatsi gave us a night. The set he played got chillers. Oh, okay, sharp. Continue. Hey, Habakasi. Oh, I know. You know when the theme was the 90s? He came through with a theme cassette.
Oh, was it before Leroy?
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
This
is the man. Yo. Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Continue, please.
You know, well, it's the only panel I know is the Dex, nah? But anyway, I'll try.
Touche.
So,
yeah.
This whole friendship thing, I feel there's a point that we're missing a lot, nah? There's a difference between how Majita consider friendship and how women actually look at it.
Okay.
I feel like women are more, how can I put it, emotional about it.
Okay.
Because it's easy for me to speak to you, KG, when I meet a person or Hakinyala and whatnot, and it continues and we stay friends. But Gopo Ausikakwa, there's always the breakup and makeup and breakup and makeup, whether Kim Jolo, Kim marriage, ghosting. I haven't experienced Majita a ghostanang after the other one gets married. Did you understand?
Yeah.
I always hear that on the female gender side of things. And I think that's another part that we need to also consider is that we are not the same. Guys treated differently, Banyana treated differently. And going back to what I said, Hakere, the mistake that a lot of people make is we feel we owe people time and attention. No. I still believe we don't. I don't owe you time. I choose to be your friend. I choose to wake up in the morning and check up on you. I choose to come and hang up and chill and go preview or whatever. It's a choice that I make. So when I reduce the expectation to my choices, then Kiko was sharp. So a lot of people have this thing out, because it doesn't work like that. I have a lot of Machita and I have one friend. The same guy that was there, go preview. That's my friend. Do you understand? He's the only friend I've actually had. The only friend Onomu describe or I know should I need something, I can call that guy. He'll be there. He'll be whatever. But there's your other people that I keep adding in my life. I don't want to use the word acquaintances because I feel it's deeper than that.
Okay.
And I know what I can rely on them on certain things. But there's certain things it's not the end of the world. Do you understand? There's only that one guy that I care about. And that one guy I know has been there and will always be there because I've been there for him. But I've never expected him to be there. He's never expected me to be there. It's just something that I do natural. And we've never even had that discussion. No. I get it. It's the same as if I start dating, let's say I start dating Makupe now, for example. Makupe won't know those other guys probably until the day Rinyalang. But he will know about them because I know how they choose to live their life. And whether Naki Aute sharp or not, there's no way Makupe will see those guys and be like, so Hakisio, how is he? So now it's on nonsense nyana tseo away good bathong bao. Ai go Kenya go involve o tla tseba hore na le KG re ploma ka di weekend to go preview and that's it.
Yeah.
But that one guy is enough. I'm like, well, it has saved me till this day. You understand? And why not continue that way? Hence, I don't owe people time. I choose to give them time, and that's about that.
Okay. No, I think now that you've explained it, I definitely see where you're coming from. And I would go as far as saying it's more of, like you said, you are managing disappointments or you're managing yourself from being disappointed, and therefore you choose to look at that as I actively choose to do these things with you or for you as a friend, whether you come through or not. I'm not bothered because I would have chosen to do this. And I see that because then you can hold yourself accountable and you can know, okay, if I'm doing this and this person is not doing this and whatnot, I can evaluate that, take a responsibility on myself and whatnot. So I think I see it in that light, and how you're coming from makes sense. Like you said, people are different indeed.
Nje, exactly like that. Like rato ofaba to the expectation on our feelings. And then we come back and then we say trauma, depression, and all of those things. And we just need to check on all those things. Well, look, at the end of the day, Kimang, also Gap said something, she always has scissors, okay? And in my head, I'm like, for you to have scissors ready, it means that there's something that you keep putting yourself into. There's a situation and scenario that you keep finding yourself into that you need to check. If you fix that, you won't need to carry any scissors. Do you understand? You just choose your path and the scissors won't be necessary. Every time uno tshwara skero, kore o phela o le ready wena nje o no seha. Aowa. It can't work like that. Do you understand? So I've learned that as much as, yes, it's not something that I was born with. It came with pain and scars. And I was like, okay, actually, let me just sit back and check. Or a floppy guy. Flop is not KG. Flop is me. I'm allowing KG. Do you understand? And if I deal with that, then I'll be fine. It's as simple as that for me.
All right. No, I hear you, sir, and thank you for your bravery. For honoring us.
Zero for panela sauce and sapindang. I'm joking. He's not make sure.
You killed it, sir. You killed it. You came in and delivered like you usually do on the deck. So clearly, this panel also and the other panel, you're killing.
And Oskaba Buta Leroy, I was on the panel. She's gonna see it on YouTube because keep like a hand.
Thank you so much, sir.
Cool.
All right.
I do appreciate it. Thank you, KG, for also having me on the panel. So I gotta come out, guys.
Not a problem. Much appreciated for coming through. Thank you so much. And Sabrina, Loiso clearly greeted you and everyone else in JMS. So please speak, because clearly some people are here for you.
I get to show Bikano Tabo Loiso and they are violent. I'm a sweet little girl when I want to. So, I get to Tabo Loiso. Hi, guys.
Hello, Mama. How are you?
I'm good. I'm enjoying my last day of work, and then I'm back to business tomorrow. Oh, that makes my tummy rumble like friendships.
So sorry. Wait, what?
Wait again, Loiso can be. Wait again. Let me not. Can I be nice today? One thing I learned as we grow, we outgrow one another in our friendships. then we start making excuses, right? And this is where friendships end, especially to females. Generally, we feel entitled to loyalty, and for some reason, we forget hore after our high school days, tertiary vibes. That's where we like find ourselves, and we actually meet people that resonate with us better than Haneretswa Mamina. That's especially what I have learned, because whoever it is most likely that whoever you're close with in your tertiary days is somebody that is encouraging your vision in terms of a career and a future, unless they share it. And when it comes to relationships, I believe in a safe space when it comes to relationships generally, and I prefer long distance relationships because then I get some me time. I love me time. I love time to Gifilwe more than anything. I love solo dates before you even know that there is a great sushi restaurant in Rosebank. I would have went there actually myself first, and I will probably suggest we go out after I've identified probably a signature dish. So that means I'll go there once or twice without you, right? Serge, I don't think you should cut off all your friends, but there's a huge but. Yeah, there's a huge but. Kinalo Schwab, huh? I learned the hard way. Where I was starting something, and like my Cooper was saying, you have to communicate. And I told a friend about this gent, man. It's like, friend, there's this gent. I'm starting to talk with him. And I just stopped telling her about him because then I started being serious with him. And for me, that kind of like made me feel as though, how long have you had this kind of enticement behind the scenes while we were growing up? Do you see? And I kind of shifted how I want my circle to be. My married friends and I, we still hang out, we talk. I know their husbands. I'm like a little sister to everybody like that. But when it comes to me and how I'm always there, or I've been identified, and I can identify myself as somebody that is supportive, always there for everyone, I realized that when I get into a relationship next, I'm probably going to keep quiet and not tell my friends up until I'm certain with that guy because of what I experienced. I felt it was unfair. Gore, you make such huge efforts to balance only for people to invade your space. Then I learned that now my space first, and I'll manage how you can bounce off or come in when I want to because of what I had in my environment.
I hear you.
Gigolo.
Igulu. I was like, who's watching a match? Kanti sister pause on shopping a match.
So yeah, guys.
Yeah.
Long
Okay.
distance. Yeah.
Right. Let's hear Lois, okay, because let's do Namo. Lois.
Loiso.
Mhlekazi kunjani?
I'm alright, sir. How are you?
I'm good, mate. I'm good. No,
Yeah.
I thought Mandizobulisa officially because I might have started with some violence earlier on. Sabrina, are you well?
On behalf of everyone, we are not interested. Siyabonga. Ungaqhubeka no Sabrina Puti.
I'm very good. Yeah, I'm good.
Ndiyaxolisa madoda, ndiyaxolisa.
What's your opinion, sir? Please, let's hear.
How do you balance time between friends? I think people must just know their place, and I think if your friends and family value okanye put your interests first in terms of your own happiness, I think they'll find the separation between the two. And I think, I just think everyone should just rally around you, and they should just understand when you need time with your boyfriend or with your man or whoever. because now you want to build something that is wholesome, that is quite consistent. And those who claim to love you should provide you that space. Yeah, man, I even Alendo City Sibadala, man, siphinde neetshomi ezininzi. That thing for me, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. The last time I had lots of friends was in high school. I mean, I have social acquaintances and business friends that I speak with, and they also know their place. So I don't know. I don't know about friends in my old age. Aye, man. Aye, man. Hey, when
Is your bestie? We could hear your bestie.
No, that's my 2 cents
Yeah.
in China. That's my two
Thank you so
cents.
much.
I just wanted to apologize to quote unquote everyone.
Thank you so much, Lisa. We really appreciate you coming through, man.
Cela uxolise one by one, usibize ngamagama one by one. One by one. Sizokwazi ukuxolela.
Hayi makhuphe ndiyaxolisa
Kopa umu-DM e-register mo atlore sorry Makhuphe, sorry Mponyana, sorry KG.
Oh, ndiyazithoba ndixoleleni yini madam.
Thank you, kind sir. Thank you, kind sir. And yeah, I've just been seeing comments, a lot of them that I wanted to speak to. That hey, there's a lot, but I want to speak to because I personally experienced this. And I think I don't know, should I say it's an unspoken thing, but I know it's spoken. But in any case, what Mponyana was saying that when I think her friend got married, she kind of stepped back, right? And I hear this a lot. And I experienced it from some of the people I had in my life that were like, nah, you are now married. And I'm like, listen, I hear sincerely where this comes from and I appreciate it, but let's talk about it, type of a thing. What is this opinion that you have about me getting married that you feel, you need to be stepping back and whatever the case? Because I feel once I understand that, we can then debunk certain things that are not truth and, agree on certain things and then agree on the way forward as we continue with this conversation. So that is a thing that I'm like, I don't know, talk with your people, and fair to some comment, I think that Popo said, Hore, if then the friend asks for advice or talks about something, she feels like, I'm too young to be, commenting on this particular situation, so I'll rather step back, So, yeah, I hear that, but we need to talk, man. We need to talk these things out. Karabo, your network, man. In and out, I don't know what's happening. Can you hear me, Karabo? Karabo? Okay, that's cool. Mr. Mope.
Good morning, sir. How are you?
Very well, and yourself?
I'm doing very well. I cannot
It's been a
complain.
while since I've heard this voice of yours.
Yeah, man. Work, studies kept me away from TikTok for a moment.
I understand.
But sometimes I would just go in and just listen without really participating.
Fully understand, and we appreciate that. Come through.
Thank you, sir. That's my view on the topic. This is how I balance my relationship with my my friends and with my then partner. Let me put it that way. The priority will be my relationship, and friends come last. For instance, in a month, I will only see my boys once in a month.
Okay.
And in these 3 weeks, I'm with her, and once in 3 months, we go visit both families if we already introduced each other. Because I think our parents are more accommodating in terms of introducing each other, come and visit for a day, and go, not
Okay.
like your generation or our parents' generation. And but at
Wow!
first,
You just went for below the belt. Okay, sir. Okay. Continue. All right. Don't think I missed that. It's fine. Continue, sir.
please forgive me.
Hey,
So,
yeah, no.
but
Makupe, people are fighting us today, but it's fine. And they just want to, apologize afterwards.
Don't
But it's
worry, ke ba shebile. Ke tlo tla ko yena. Don't worry.
Yes, sir. Tell us about your Kipita ring.
yeah, so with my friends at first, it was a little bit difficult
Yeah.
for them to allow me to be with my partner, because, for instance, every weekend we would go out. If not out, we'll be in house chilling. And when she came into my life, because she was quite clingy. She wanted to be my shadow. For the lack of words, also she was quite active on the other department. So that's why I think she was quite clingy.
Okay.
Correct.
Now, I was just saying people
um,
must tap. Continue, sir.
thank you. So it changed, but I lost some of my friends. But in time, they came back because they kind of like understood that, you know what, I'm growing, I'm evolving. Since I was actually I was planning to marry her. But it did affect my friendship with my friends. Like I said, I lost some, but at the end, they understood. But she was my priority, and I believe that you need to spend more time with your partner, because this is your life partner. Your friends will never share bed with you. They will never cook for you. They will never bath you when you are sick. Your partner will do that. So I prefer to spend more time with my partner, and that's how I balance it. Once a month, if a month passes without seeing my friends, it's okay. The priority is my partner and my family. Actually, friends come last. My partner first, my family next, then them. But obviously, I stay away from home, far from home, so it's her and friends.
Yeah.
That's my
Okay.
submission, and thank you very much, mister.
All right. Thank you so much, sir. Much appreciated. Karabo, before your network fights us, please come through. Kindly meet there, Mr. Mope. Karabo. Oh, Karabo. You are unmute, but we can't hear you. Karabo. Why does this always happen when you come to the panel while I'm hosting, Karabo? But when your husband is here in jail, it's going.
Hello.
Yes, now we hear you. Come
Hello.
through.
Yes. Thank you very much. This network is always sabotaging me, hey?
Come through, Mama, before it starts
Everywhere.
again. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so Mina was saying that sometimes I feel like this is not fair. So I have a friend of mine, she's a doctor. She's a lady and she's lesbian. So this doctor, she's been my friend like for the longest time, but now she was abroad studying and everything, so she just came back to South Africa and everything, so she's now starting to date and everything. So she only calls me when Mujolo is misering her. When she's single, she'll talk to me. She'll call me 10 times a day. We'll speak for like 5 hours, and she's all that. Once she's in a relationship, you'll never hear from her again. And the only time she'll call me again is when now they broke her heart and all that. And she keeps on changing girls every now and then, every now and then. And the other day I'm like, but my friend, you don't call me when you're in a relationship. She's like, yeah, but I get it, the girls, the people that I'm dating, you won't give me what they're giving me. So I have to give them time and everything. I'm like, no, but then you're not fair. I'm like, you're not fair. And then now when they break her heart again, now she'll call. And I so wish that she was listening to this topic today so that she can at least learn and understand that what she's doing to me is really not fair. Just because me I'm single and I'm always available for her, and then me don't have dollar problems, therefore then maybe me I'm a less of a person or something. But it really pains me, and I understand how vulnerable she gets because she doesn't have friends. She's an orphan, and like she literally has no one in her life, but she has me. But when she's in a relationship, she forgets about me, and it hurts me so much. I try to talk to her, but then she's like, "Yeah, but then I know that you love me regardless." I'm like, "Oh my god!" So I know it's not fair.
Why didn't you
That's
share
why.
the life with her so that she can, share the life so that she can come here?
Yeah, Ish, I don't know, but yeah, no, Ish, but I love her still. I love her, but what she's doing to me is not fair. But I love her, Shem. I love her. Anytime I'm there for her,
Love
I'm
you,
a phone call
Karabo.
away, and yeah, but she's not reciprocating. So that's what
Mm,
it hurts me because you find that I'm
I
also
hear you.
lonely. I want to talk, I want to vent, but then now she's busy somewhere, Mjolo with a woman and all that, and she forgets about me.
Okay,
So
but
yeah.
maybe also it's about you also understanding. If you feel you love this person, you still want them in your life. Understand where you are, and decide if that's what you want to take. Or okay, no. When she's seeing problems, she will come to you. This is who you are to her. And if maybe she's in relationships, okay, where now you will forced to call her and see her and whatever the case may be, you will feel like, wamu tied. So if that's what you want to accept, then do it and embrace it. I mean, it is what it is. We decide and we agree on how people will treat us, and then we continue. But anyway, Makupe also wants to give you an answer perhaps on that. Makupe, come here.
Hi, Oscaravo. So,
Hi, hi, hi,
um,
darling.
so I think that ish. I don't know how you're going to take this, but I think I've been a person who was like that. I found myself in a lot of toxic relationships, and not just romantic relationships, even friendships. And I would always make excuses for people. I think we were talking about the score live Yamponyana Maban, where I was saying, I would make excuses for people's behavior instead of them coming to me to apologize or things like that and accounting for their actions. I would do it for them. So you are allowing your friend to treat you a certain way, and you have, and this is my view and my experience. You may relate, you may not. You are also in the same light doing that for your benefit as well. Toxic as it is, you are being narcissistic in a way, because you also want to be the hero, the good guy in the story. You want to be the one who's understanding your friend. You want to be the one who always has space for your friend in your life, and things like that. So the best thing that you can do for both of you guys is to be honest with yourself, one, and if you can, or if you're not already, do try to like go to therapy, because you'll find that this isn't the only friendship or relationship that's like this, and things like this eat at you. You're going to end up in only a shell of yourself, so that's my 2 cents on that.
All right. Thanks for that, Makupe. Yes, Karaboy, you wanna come through?
Yeah, no, thank you very much. Thank you. And then I think you are right because every time after talking to her, I feel so heavy, like all her problems now, they're on my shoulders and everything. I feel so down. Like, oh, she just sucks me dry. Like, oh, she's a vampire, energy vampire. Because after taking to her in J, my mood just go off with all the drama and all the stories she'll be telling me. And you're also right. She's not the only one. I have a couple of friends that they actually call me when they know that Karabo, she will give us advice. Karabo, she's there for us and everything. But when I need them, they're not there. So I think I should actually, go for therapy and just stop this because, it's just sucking all my energy dry and all that. Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you,
All
family.
right. Before you go, Karabo, Senzo wants to ask you a question, and I also have just an opinion for you there. Abuti Senzo, come through. Abuti Senzo. Oh, I see the network. Maybe try and if you can type it. Oh, yes. Abuti Senzo,
Sorry
come through.
about that. I have a quick question, Karabo. If your friend suggested you guys date, would you allow it?
Ah, not really, because I think I know too much of a drama. She's a toxic. I don't know. She's just a toxic person, and for the fact that she's a doctor, she's always working and all that. I don't think I'll want to date her. And I love attention. I love everything beautiful. So no, I wouldn't date her. Yeah, I wouldn't.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Thank you, Abuti Senzo. So, Karabo, for me, earlier on, I don't know if you were there when I was speaking to this, but if you are saying you might have a couple of friends who are doing a similar thing in terms of, like you said, taking your energy, I will not use your exact words because I know this panel here. But in any case, in this case, maybe consider because also understanding ourselves helps us in this in this instance. I have had friends who I know they call me when kuraf, right? And that's what it is. And for me, because I understand my gifts and my callings, I then understand that these people, more than anything, would not necessarily be attracted to me as a result of who I am or just me as a friend. They might be attracted to the gifts that I have, for example, right? And because I understand how I can use these gifts, I then do so. So I've stopped, therefore, being expecting certain things from these people as a result, because then I'm able to identify that, okay, this one will benefit from my gifts in this particular manner. Maybe I give good advice, or I'm good at comforting, or whatever the case may be. So when you know it, then you don't now get the opportunity to be hurt, because now you know that, okay, these people are coming to me to serve a purpose in their lives, and when they are in need, and this is the case, and if there are those that I feel like, okay, I want to keep them in my life and I want a different relationship, I will communicate. If they're not coming through, then that's just about it. Then I know that this person, they are a friend, but they're just there for me, for them to benefit on my gift. And that's just it. And for me, I don't see anything wrong with it. These people will call me after 3 months and the catch-up session will be proper and I'll get to know everything. And, and there was a time one was like, I always feel bad that I call you when I'm going through stuff, but you never call me when you are going through things. So I feel I'm not there for you. And I'm like, no, don't worry, make no mistake. If I need people to talk to, I definitely do talk, and that's just it. So it's not a person that I would necessarily talk my stuff with them, but they can talk their stuff with me, and perhaps they feel better afterwards and we move. That's just how it is. So maybe look at what your gifts are, and perhaps if you embrace them, it might be a little bit better. I don't know.
Yeah, thank you very much. I feel better, family. I will implement everything given to me today. Thank you so much. I love you guys.
Pleasure so much. Thank you, Mama. We appreciate that. Yes, Coupe?
No, so what you're saying is true, that there are people that have gifts to Mamela and dintho tse bjalo. But you need a certain level of awareness, because in listening to people's like in being an empathetic person, let's call it that.
Yeah.
In being an empath, you are absorbing people's energy, and there needs to be an outlet or something e dirang gore dingaka tsa Sesotho ba tsamaya ba ilo cleanser somewhere. Everybody o na le a way to cleanse yourself of that energy that you're absorbing from other people. So what happens is, if you are not yet equipped, or you haven't gone on the journey to heal yourself first, so that you can be able to be a vessel for these things, and then you yourself will become a toxic person. You'll be constantly depressed. You'll be constantly anxious, because you are absorbing these energies, and there's no way where these energies are going after that. They are staying with you. Babo. So yes, rightfully so. If you are an empath, yes, you're an empath, but then you need the tools to deal with that.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed. And yeah, one of my best tools is, once you tell me now, 5 minutes later, I've forgotten. Then we move. Mpo, come through, mom.
Morning. Oh, good afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone.
You've been waiting for that
The
long.
cold. It's the
It
end of
was
the day.
morning.
Not me.
Thank you.
Yo, this topic is so triggering. It is so triggering. I thanked my network for kicking me out earlier because I was like, oh, thank God. I won't have to speak now. But now that we're here and we're talking about like how people offload onto you, guys, I have a friend, and oh my God. See, this is the thing with her, right? She's married and she's a mom. And because of that, she thinks that it is okay for her to offload to me her marital stuff, right? And Mina, my thing with that is, and I think I raised it with her to say, listen, me and you, not in a bad way. I don't mean this in a bad way.
Yeah.
And I'm not shutting you out. But me and you, we're operating on different levels now. Because what you signed up for is a lifetime commitment. It is no longer Mjolo. I can just advise you, man, do this and this, or lebala kayona, or whatever. Right? So it becomes difficult for me to advise on that aspect. And sometimes I feel bad, and just I listen through and tell her, you know what, it is just emotions, because sometimes like being a mom can take that toll on you. So this is just emotions. You're just feeling these things all at once. It'll pass. And then after this little sad moment happens, they're gonna be okay, her and the partner, and then she goes missing because now it's happy times, you see, and then she's gonna come back. Like I think I'm in the same boat with the lady that was here speaking just now. So I have accepted it because in some way a selfish part of me enjoys this, and this is me taking accountability. A selfish part of me enjoys this because I don't have to do that much for this friendship. Do you understand? So her being far away from me, we can just speak whenever we want to speak. It could be about books, it could be about shows that we're watching, and then we keep it there. It doesn't have to go deeper. And I avoid offloading onto her and talking about deeper stuff. And she always like, no, Mpomara, when you don't talk to me, I feel like I don't know you like that. Like you've gone through so much and we're not talking about the things that you've been through. And I'm like, no, I don't want to talk about it. You know, I even forget my problems sometimes. So it's okay. Let us be happy and talk about happy stuff. I don't want to delve deeper into things. So how do you balance time between your friends and your relationship or marriage? When I'm in a relationship, all of you know, I am living inside my partner's skin, and that's that. My friend and I see each other when we can see each other, considering what I just told you. The circumstances don't allow us to be as outgoing as we should be. Sure,
Okay.
Sabrina.
Before you continue, Sabrina, we are closing in 10 minutes, and yeah, it is what it is. I'd like to give Zola an opportunity to come through, then we'll go to Sabrina. Oh, Abuti can you allow me to give Zola to come through before we close, and then you will wrap it up later? Okay.
Yes, sure. Go ahead. Go ahead. Ngisabhizi kancane la.
Okay, sure. Abuti Zola, come through.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Yes, sir. How are you?
I was okay until I saw you, sir.
That makes me so happy.
Absolutely.
It means my day and my target has been met.
Absolutely.
That is good. Come with it.
Guys, there are limits to everything and to every decision making. If you're gonna open up to people that you don't trust, then zip it. And also, when it comes to our relationships, people tend to relate their problems to the board of directors, that is now the friends. Be careful of doing that, because not many friends will wish you well. Not many people will wish you the best. So it is very critical to rather seek professional help if you think your problem is deep. Because uchomi can either build you or destroy you. So choose your battles very, very well. And also, if you are married, don't discuss your married problems to friends. Don't do that. Like I said, seek help, not to friends. Because now that friend of yours may not experience the same problems you are facing. Because people are unique, problems are different. You maybe for an example, your spouse is cheating on you, and that of your friend is doing the same thing. In that case, maybe, just maybe, you can confide. But now, man, what did you do with this problem? Because people stays in relationships for different reasons. Bayakushaya uhleli because you are getting money. They insult you, get out of my fucking house, get out of my fucking car, uhleli, because you don't contribute anything in a relationship, or when you are nothing in that relationship in terms of contributing something. So be careful who you talk to. Me now personally, I recommend professional help when things go deep, or ukhulume a family member that you trust, because you confide to conclude, say, in 30 seconds.
Yes, sir.
Sometimes you say something to your friend and then they use it against you when things go south. So I'm very choosy when it comes to receiving a problem from a friend and taking a problem to a friend. If I don't know, I'll tell you straight, but show me you spoke to the wrong person. I can't assist you in a linking. It's not disputing at the end of the day. So guys, be careful. There are hyenas out there who wish you well. I mean, yes. And
Get you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, Abuti Zola. You always come in, hit the point, straight to it, you know? And you made me think of something that also, guys, it's unfair. Think about it this way. It's unfair to burden someone with something that they don't know how to handle. The same way that you would not give a child of 6 years old a weight of 6 kgs or 10 kgs for that matter. So in the very same manner, if you can see and you know your people that this one it's not capable of, handling these type of things, don't do it. And when you are married, and so much even when you're in a relationship, I think it might be beneficial. Speaking about accountabilities, have people that you can walk with. I call it people that you walk with. So in a relationship, it could be a married couple, it could be people who are, in relationships themselves, but ideally people who have been doing this thing for a very long time successfully. Karabo, kindly mute on your side. People who have been doing this quite successfully, so that they can help you when you have issues. You can bring these issues to them, and these things exist. It could be in your family, It could be within a church structure, for example. It could be a married couple who you know look up to, and whatever the case, you build a relationship with these people, just as you would build a relationship with a mentor, build a relationship with a coach, and things like that. So these are the platforms that you can be an outlet, and you would have discussed with these people, and they say, okay, no, fine, we don't mind walking with you in this relationship, in this marriage, to be your sounding boards, to be your, you know, people who can, you know, be mediators or whatever the case may be. All I'm saying is structures exist, take advantage of them. You then don't need to burden friends with certain things, because they don't even know what to do with those things sometimes, and it becomes a bit unfair when they fail to handle it the way you would have liked. Then now they are the problem. Yabo? So sometimes evaluate the capabilities of your people around, not sometimes, always evaluate the capabilities of your people around you and the willingness for them to, you know, step in when it's needed. If not, you know, look for professional help or call people who can mentor you in this relationships things, in this marriage things, people that you can talk to, that you can trust, that there is, you know, confidence and confidentiality in it and all of that. That will serve you better than every time having to, you know, and purport to your friend. It can also be a problem where she's now speaking to you instead of speaking to her partner or her husband, and now you are the scapegoat. That's not cool, you know. Then you should tell her, ma'am, go talk to your man. This is what you should be talking to your man about, not me, you know. But if you want to vent, and sometimes depending on the nature of things, you allow people to do that. Guys, Makupe, help me out here. 27 past, I have a 30-minute engagement that I need to look into, and I'm a bit free then. If you guys want to have a conversation, you can carry it out for the next 30 minutes and I'll come back, or we close it. What'd you say?
I'm okay with holding the fort.
Sabrina,
How do we
you
do
good?
that?
All right. Okay, cool. So the next person will be Karabo, and then I will be mute on my side. I will still try to be able to see comments. So Makupe, if you need to say anything, we'll still add people.
So you're not closing. You're not closing.
I'm not closing.
Okay, so then
Not
it's me, then
closing,
it's
I'm in
then
charge.
Garab.
So there is Abutsenzo and Makupe. They are ready.
Okay, thank you.
He's not closing. I'm writing the names on the board. Gutubani
Okay,
Rakana.
confirm. You never know with KG, bro. He decides. This man decides. Okay.
All right, then see you just now, okay?
Okay. Mute.
Guys, sorry, I had to attend to duty, to attend to work. Look, it can be very tough making enough time for your friends and your significant other. You know, as we get older, our responsibilities increase. It often gets more difficult to find the right balance between family, work, friends, and romantic relationships. You know, it's easy to become an afterthought, right? That's what I wanted to say, and also that I think another way that you can try and balance things out is if you identify your own priorities and obviously strengthen your communication skills, and then most importantly also set boundaries, right? You have to make sure that you have boundaries. Now, I missed a lot that has been submitted, but I want to clarify something quickly. A question that was asked by Serge, and Mpunyan asked me to elaborate a bit on it. For me, my partner is not my friend. My partner will never be my friend. And therefore, I need, or rather, we all need a relationship outside of our romantic relationship, whether it's friendship or somebody else that we may have that that bond with, of a friendship, of a bond of a friend. We need that. My partner would never be the same as my friend. I mean, I'd go miserable if ngaso sonke isikhathi ukhuluma with this one person, doing everything with this one person, just in the name of ukuthi phela upartner wakho. I know, you'd go miserable. When it comes to having to talk about things that you and your partner are facing in the relationship, don't even speak to your own family members. The worst thing that you could do is talking to your family members about your partner, because you are actually bludging a wedge between your partner and your family members. Because when you guys are together, or when there are family functions or whatever, they will always look at your partner some other way, and they may probably never forgive your partner for whatever, you know. So yeah, that's what I wanted to say.
Stupid Senzo. Re kopa ke mang Auskarabo. Can you share your opinion? Then after that, itlaba Sabrina.
Okay, no problem. I'm a bit nervous because it's my first time on the panel, so do excuse if I, speak off turn. But I've been hearing a lot of negatives from a number of people that have, shared their opinions, etc. So I want to just share my own experience through my friend group. With my friends, Re7, and we've known each other since high school. We have always been there to support one another, and to celebrate one another. We even cry together, yonkinto, you can just imagine. And some of those people, some of the 7, have already gotten married. And it's not to say that we have isolated ourselves as friends from the individuals who are married, but what we have done is to accommodate their partners, so we don't make them feel left out, and they don't feel like they are left out in terms of like not having to wonder, oh, okay, karabo ke mang, spusiso ke mang, do you get what I mean? Because it's not just a female group, there's also males in the group as well, in terms of friends. So I just wanted to share that. I know it's not as, enticing as the conversation that we've been having, but it is something that is possible, considering the fact that, like everybody said, you communicate, you you share and you voice how you feel. Because even if somebody's not happy with something, you will sit down with that person and converse with them, have a conversation and sort things out. As a group, we try not to get involved in the drama if there's too much drama, but we've never actually had that much drama because we're able to sit down and talk to each other. And then what else? We even are deliberate in terms of like spending time with each other. So either we invite our partners to be part of, whatever we're doing as a group of friends, or maybe as a group of friends, we just do something amongst ourselves. It's just a matter of, just making time for each other and being intentional with regards to, continuing to grow our friendship, and also not to exclude our, how can I put it, our friends' partners, if that makes sense. And that so far has really, really, really been working for us. So I just wanted to share that it is possible. There are positive ways to go about, finding some sort of balance between your relationship and your friendships. And it's not to say that we see each other every weekend. I mean, 6 months can go by without us, seeing each other, but we do have a group chat where we are able to communicate on a frequent basis, obviously without the partners and stuff, because we are a very crazy group. But yeah, just wanted to put that out there. Thank you.
Thank you for that. And you know what, actually that was very needed, because I think sometimes we focus so much on the negative things that can happen, because I mean a lot of noise is made about the negative. Even in sharing about your relationship, most of the time you often confide in your friends about the negative stuff and you don't go back and tell them about the positive, and then they end up not liking your partner, even your family. So we do need to hear positive accounts of things like friendship, and it sounds like you guys have found a good way to balance time that you spend with your friends. And I mean, we do live in a time where you don't physically need to be with your friends all the time, but you can chat, you can have group chats, you can have video calls, you can have TikTok lives, dintho tse bjalo, where you can still stay in touch but not always be clinging to your friends, right? So yeah, thank you so much for that, Karabo. Sabrina.
Yeah. Well, with what Karabo said, it's what happens when maturity is such a common denominator of factor and respect within friendships. So I was actually going to put a cherry on top to what KG had said. Especially when it comes to married friends, I've got married friends that do confide in me and they have moments where they need advice. And I just want to say this. Sometimes they don't need advice, God, the situation. They basically just expressing themselves as to how they feel about certain things. But they need their friend because their friend knows them better. We need to acknowledge the fact that as we do grow, we might outgrow each other, but I still know the basis of you. I still know if a girl would abruptly text Makupe, I need to be the investigative officer that must get the information, and Makupe must make sure that there's a solution that will still make her happy. And the sentimental value of most friendships is that we grew up together, like I said, the loyalty part. But I need to acknowledge where you also are as an adult, and I need to compliment. I need to compliment the fact that ukhudile. It doesn't mean I need to lose you as a friend just because I'm married. And the negative part about that is how we grew up. Chumya doesn't know. I still know you as my friend. And you going through whatever it is that I may not understand, I still know you. Perhaps you just need me to encourage you at that moment in saying, my girl, you can handle this. Remember, we know situations. The only difference get title. I'm still Miss or Ms. I'm divorced, and you're the Mrs. currently. So it is not a must for you to maybe feel the obligation or you must advise or not. But please be my friend. I don't need solutions at that moment. I need my girl that we used to wear onesies when go high nabanten and I could have a sleepover kwalona, right? I need that support from a friend because that's what my girl goes through, right? She's married to the guy that we've known since grade 8, right? They don't have kids, they've got PhDs, they're living abroad now. Ultimately, within the circle, they might be the dream. But deep down inside, there is no dream besides we want to have results and we want to produce it and be like you guys. So the different dynamics of who we become, harahola, we also just need to remember that and grow with that together and be excited like what Bokarawa and them do. I'm always the one that's left out, by the way. Most of them are in long-term relationships, married, or they're doing that whole Oprah and Stedford thing going on. Like, we're not going to get married. We're just going to be life partners. I've got a friend with his partner who are on that. They're scared of marriage because of past traumas, right? And even with that, you have to respect it. So you can't be going around saying, when are you guys getting married? Conversation flows with how you guys also look at each other when you're together. And I still say I love my space. Like I'm not 2 years as my friend. You're still my friend. If you feel you need something, it's fine. We'll communicate about it. But I don't need you in my space. My space is enough for me. And whenever I'm needed, I can be there if I feel I can be there. But other than that, I just feel Rasafana the title. It's like your friend that Lene that has made it more than you, that travels more. Lemona December fellow. We can't really fault that friend because during the year this person is working hard, and chances are that in December, Kena Olonghoro goes to macro and We all are just merry little people, whereas we do the fact that, look, I didn't even spend that much time with them during the year, but this is the least that I can do and be around them, as they get sloshed. For to all, there's a sentimental value to it. So we also need to understand each other as we grow, because you're not that girl that used to cry when she got scuffled. You're now a big, tough girl, and I need to understand and be there for that girl.
Hi, Ausi. There's something that Sedge keeps pushing for, and it's quite concerning for me. Gore, he keeps insisting that your spouse must be your only friend. You don't need another friend. You don't need, even your family. There's a point where it's like, even your family, you don't need them when you have your partner. That's all you need. One, isolation is an environment where abuse festers. Isolation is an abuser's tool. That's the first thing an abuser will do when they want to start with you. They will isolate you. So we also need to be careful of things like that. One. Two, sometimes we just need to be seen and heard, like you were saying. Sometimes I just need to be in your presence because it's comforting. Whether you're married, whether you have kids as well, whether you have all the problems, because sometimes it's also unrealistic to think that we'll have identical problems and identical scenarios. Sometimes I just want you to listen to me. Even if you don't have advice, just be there. Listen to me. Assure me, and I know that when it comes from you, you mean it. Pray with me, pray for me. I know that you are there for me as my friend. You don't need to advise kanto osaitsebeng. Well, if I wanyala out because you're not married, but you know that your friend is in pain and you just want to be there for them, right? So I don't think it's realistic to say that your partner is your only friend. It's not realistic, and also it comes when you are with a partner. For me, what a healthy relationship looks like is somebody who chooses you every day. And if they are the only person in your life, then you're not choosing anything. How not choice. You can't say somebody is a priority when they're the only thing you know.
That is very, very true, because it's like what KJ also said. Communities, I'm bound to meet my man's friend's girlfriend, and I might actually feel I'm more related to talking about relationships. Liena, at some point, get only invite that it will be you, her, me. Why would I do that? It's because at that moment there's certain energy that feeds off, that gives or pops out good vibes that I have with the both of you. And it goes back again to what you said, accountability, ya gore ke relate le mang yang and what boundaries I've created, and talking about it. It's absolutely recommended. Taba ya gore your man will be, guys, please, we all know how wonderful Mjolo is, but there's certain things that my partner knows and can't handle, and it frustrates him that I am putting it on him because of that same thing. Kimilita, the only person that is there. Now, honestly, guys, look, my partner will enjoy 2 weeks of a loving, warm relationship. Kikupang 2 weeks, yeah, a month at the most it's 4 weeks, except for July. July currently it's 5 weeks, right? Can I have 2 weeks to myself, whereby there's family and there's friends and there's me, just me? I've learned the importance of considering yourself amongst all these relationships that are actually being mentioned, and how important it is for you to touch base with you. Guys, building a relationship is beautiful. You can reap the rewards. There's no way jealousy can be there. If I've known you, Makupe, as your friend, and the vision you've ever had of what family is, apart from where you grew up, do you know what a supportive partner is about? I look at your man. Yes, you can complain ka ene. I'm that one friend actually. But friend, you know that he probably is out of context. I need to reassure you strength, but I also need to take it in whereby you can say, yes, Fifi, but I've had it. Now I need to be aggressive, Gawain. I'm protecting you as my friend, right? But for me, honestly, we can't always just be there. I also need you on your toes with your mind there, but you will not manage to do that if you don't give yourself time. In the midst of our friendship, in the midst of family, in the midst of a relationship, being a mother, one of the most important things that I do encourage, take time out. Spend a day with yourself. Reflect, give yourself a pat on the back. You don't need it from us. Look at areas where you are ashamed, work on it. If you need help, ask for the help. But whatever you do, while you're balancing this, be the core of that balance. Trust me, guys, then you will realize the types of relationships that you're keeping, the types that you need, and those that are dead. So that weight is actually just dragging you throughout life. It's delaying you. Let it go. Even if tomorrow they say, oh yeah, begumnandi ajola no bani, manje they're not together, look at her. You don't need to go back sometimes. You needed to leave that space. Move right the heck along. Go right ahead. With or without us, your life is very important to you. And you are going to control it with the dynamics. Nako ngawutlhoke le ho reporta at all.
Yeah, no, Sabelo. Sabelo, uri, when yena ajola, we mustn't even call her. Hayi, asazi ngoba she calls us.
O itse ditšhomi di tla pele no matter what. So why di change no? Can you love? Wa confess?
Hayi, go right. Nka se bolele diphiri tsa batho, it's fine. But there was someone who, Kiyo Sabelo, Kiyo, thank you. She must answer for herself. God, I didn't understand. Because when I was
song ke itse pena ke tlo le gafisa nna I will make you o ipone o ko strateng o topa dipampiri. Yes, ke itse my friends come first. Now ke le botsa gore mina mang jole ni ngang phone. I just know it's not gonna last, so allow me to enjoy my 3 minutes noodles, please.
You know what's funny about you, Sabelo? And it's a pity that Dean is not here. Borasela uDean umhleli la about manifesting, about the power of the tongue. But you are always here. Oh, me, my relationships, like what you just said now. What are you saying?
No, but it's no. Also, there's manifesting and being delulu, and the reality and knowing your reality. I just know that my relationships don't last. So when I am in a talking stage or liking someone, I just know gore it's a temp thing. Keep his job, itogo. 2 minutes noodles. It's not going anywhere. It's not gonna last long. So allow me to be in the moment at that time and enjoy, please, in peace, Makupe. Thank you.
Not fine. We will save Nyazi ukuthi vele when you get into a relationship.
Sabrina, ke kopa o kwale camera ya gago to some bore.
I must start saving for a girls trip.
Wena Sabrina ne ko go buela mo mabana kere o le shocked ka DJ ba gago. Today you are here.
Sabelo,
I can't
Zola
condemn her.
abulele. Sabrina and Sabelo.
I give that
Abuti Zola.
advice. I give that
Abuti
advice.
Zola wants to speak, please.
Oh, okay.
Thank
Ke go
you.
advise ngwena.
Thank you, ladies. Everyone is entitled to their choices and opinions. You know, Mina, I try by all means to be consistent with friends as well as a relationship. You know, because people come and go, guys. Whether it's friends or your partner, people come and go. At the end of the day, when you close your eyes at night, you're on your own. So it's not nice to catch someone when they keep on falling. Yeah, you see, I told you, keep on catching them. But we are all adults. You know what is right. You know what works for you and what doesn't work for you. In the friends, the only problem I have when it comes to male bestie, and now I'm married with my partner, and she still maintains this male bestie of hers. I believe that there should always be a compromise. You know, and if you found your partner a party animal, so be it. You can't change anyone in this world, only yourself. You understand? You are not in a relationship to manage people. No, you are in a relationship because you love that person. So, in my view, guys, allow your partner to have the freedom because you trust him or you trust her. Only when, like, your partner becomes an alcoholic, he or she doesn't know how they got home the previous night. You know, she doesn't remember, or he doesn't remember how they got home. Then you can put your hand up, but baby, we need to talk, man. Because we're not safe out there, guys. Both males and females, we're not safe.
Sabrina Mabora, yo.
You know, you can, thank you. You can come in and say, Yazini, I think 1, 2, 3, can minimize. Same with spending money, you know. You can adjust and advise, but some people, guys, we must be accountable and we must take responsibility. Go rough out there. Ningamba, all girls together for a party, 1 or 2 people are missing or they got injured or hurt because of these things that are happening out there. All I'm saying is don't manage your partner. It's wrong. And just support her and don't be a bully in a relationship, but choose trends that are becoming abnormal and talk about them. And yazini, baby, this thing they are born we are deteriorating. What's the problem? Thanks.
Mina Putzola, I love how it always ends with you. Like when it starts, it's like you're asking for, and then in the climax of what you're about to say, it's like, yeah, and there's no way out of it. And then boom, at the end, it always just ends beautifully with you. But yeah, AML best it's for another day, right?
Absolutely, Susam. Thank you. You know, we're different, guys, because I hate being suffocated with a partner I am. That is why I'm not gonna get married again. Ushala no more to 365 days a year. One roof. Aye, magambe.
But by choice. By
No,
choice.
what I'm trying to say, Mina, my red flag, ne? I have a red flag like all of us, Lana. Mina get bored easily. That's my red flag. I love my space. Ndiyamfuna umntu wam akhe ahambe, you know, and be with other people, like her friends and family. I want that. I don't want to suffocate umuntu wam, them isolated from her friends. And this, it's too much, guys.
Would you live in 2 different houses to manage time between everything in your marriage?
My angel, I was married. I'm not doing that thing again. Rough laphayana emshadweni. Yo, yabona laphayana? Hashem, uzonyanyi. I won't do it again, no. And this. The red flag. Why should I do it again?
Guys, Prazola,
guys, that's his opinion.
the red flag. Like, but I think you'll meet your one. I still think so. People get hurt, they get bored. We move, we heal, we also start new things. I really think you will meet that ideal partner. Maybe not marry
Yes, I
them.
will meet the right partner. You're right, but I'm not gonna get married. There, you're in. I will not do it again. I won't know.
So,
I've done it, but I'm not taking it.
Minutes subs.
no.
Exactly.
No,
Then where did she
no,
go without
but
announcing?
as he said earlier on,
Sabs, the Lord's network is doing its work. Wa bona gore go tsho gore o notla ka something massive.
Sebs, I don't know if you can hear us, but your network is network.
Ndiyatsho mna ukuba kaThixo ngisasho nami ibhuti wami ukuthi uNkulunkulu usekayamvikela ngoba thina la kwamhlaba nje asilingani, asikwazi. So uNkulunkulu uya-intervene njengoba umakhuphe naye angazi umelithele kuphi siyamdinga abuye, because wena I know between isikhathi sakumanje no 4 ilanga lakho lokwenza amazikizaks ube busy bit emdala ngiyakwazi
Can you guys
ngikwazi kahle.
Siyabonga sis. You're back.
Yes, we can.
hear me?
And now we don't. But whoever Otoran Sabs Kapelo, release her. Release her now.
All right. While we're waiting for Sabs to come back, I just want to say, Guti, I agree with Uzola. In fact, I support what Zola is saying. I know that I am a polygamist, but if Gutwa, if I choose not to get married, I wouldn't get married. I wouldn't. If all ends now, I'm not getting married again.
Look, all I know is I'd love to get married, but to somebody that wants to be married. I don't want the favor. Like somebody that'll be like, yo, Sabs, let's just secure this, but then you do know we need to work on it, right? And I'm like, yeah, let's do this. Done.
When my sister, a cousin of mine is getting married this year. So I said to him, "Oh, Mantra, well done, my brother." He's so excited. And then I said to him, "Brah, it's going to end in tears. La family, the divorce rate is too high. Now I was a returning soldier. Not that I was being negative, but your environment and decision making, sometimes yenza umshado ungalast. It's not a nice thing to get divorced. It's very traumatizing. But I told my cousin, hey, Abra, it's going to end in tears umshado wakho, but go for it. It's choice yakho. Uzawubuya, I know he'll be back.
No, Zola, I rebuke you. I rebuke you. Zola, Guys, did you hear Zola? He says that even Nami, the same will happen. I will be a return soldier. No, I won't. I'm the till death do us apart type.
Oh, guys, it seems like I missed such a juicy story.
Nankia, she's back. Please drop me. Barakimang, somebody said, can they join? Right. So please drop me.
Uhlata wants to request.
Drop us. Go there by multi-group. What? And then say Onyaka Khoto. And then
It's fine. It's fine. I'll drop her.
Mponyana.
That's a you may request.
Mponyana.
Yes, Makube.
That's why my network was letting me down. It's because of you.
But I did not even say any, guys. I did not say
even
anything.
DMing me. But Senzo, ngicela ukuthi ukhuze Mponyana.
But Senzo, what did I say?
Imani, nenzeni? Kwenzakalani? I'm lost.
I don't even know what's happening. But Senzo, I only came on the panel. Can I just say what I came on the panel for and then get on my... But Senzo, I need you to repeat what you said. You said, if all ends now, you'll not do it again. But Senzo, what are you saying to us?
No, I wouldn't. I'm saying exactly that. If all ends now, I'm not getting married again.
All including the third one.
Wives? Yeah. What's happening?
All including the third one or even
fifth, sixth wives, whatever. I would end it all, not get married. If one of them leaves, the two that I have now, if one of them leaves, I'm not adding more.
Aibo.
No, it's fine. Singajola and have our fun. But ukuthi ngiyosayina that contract, marriage contract, ukuthi ngiyokhipha amalobola ngiyokwenza what, I'm not doing that again.
But if nobody leaves the marriage, you can do it again. Uthole number 3, uthole number 4, uthole number 5. Hello, what's happening? Mponyana, can you hear me?
I can hear you. I think network ya Butsenzo is failing him, which is good because what he is saying to us is not making any sense.
What's
But are you
working?
happy, my friend? We'll
I
come
know.
into
I
the
want you to
sense.
leave me alone.
Are you
Like
happy?
a friendship. Who's next? Who's next? And nkare abuti Zola na bolela ntho e tjhesang. Please give me an update to gore na reng. Eh.
No, I was saying.
Sorry, guys, I missed the question.
Wait, Putsenzo, it's abuti Zola asiphendule bese ngizabuya ku.
No, my sister was just saying that in my family, divorce rate is very high. And I've got a cousin of mine who is excited, he's getting married this year, he's happy. And I said, brah, you are gonna come back home, it's gonna end up in tears. That's what I said to him. I said, I wish you well. I will attend your wedding, but it's gonna end in tears. That's what I said earlier on. And then this morning I read an article that a girlfriend allowance, there's going to be a policy from Old Mutual whereby when you can take a policy, when a girlfriend, you can take a policy. If the relationship ends, you can still, if your boyfriend dies, sorry, you can still claim from a girlfriend allowance policy from insurance. So it's getting interesting, our relationships. Very interesting.
For me, that sounds fair.
And then every year, if girlfriend allowance is our increase by 10%.
No, it's
Just
good.
your wages.
It's good. Angathi abafuna ukushada bobuti.
Yeah, it's getting interesting. It's getting very interesting because it's going to be a bill put in parliament that the girlfriend allowance increase every year. If your boyfriend dies and they make a girlfriend allowance, where now you're going to keep on getting that girlfriend allowance from a policy that you guys took. So things are getting exciting, guys.
No, I love it. I love it. It's beautiful, actually.
Yeah.
Bayalunga. Bebekhipha ama-girlfriend allowance benzani bona? Bebethi benzani?
Yeah, no, but right.
Isilwane esinje leso.
But Senzo, ngicela ukukubuza ukuthi like according to your knowledge, ne? Into enjenge divorce iyagezwa in the family. Is it something that can be like a generational curse? Or because lento le uPutsola esho ukuthi everybody in his family or most people in his family get divorced a lot. Is it something that can be like a generational curse engagezwanga or what?
That's a deep one. I'm not really sure whether ikhona yini into yokugezwa lapho, but ngiyacabanga ukuthi when it comes to izinto zikamoya, there are always loopholes, there are always ways of fixing things. But I'm not really sure which ones exactly or whether i-procedure ihamba kanjani lapho. I'm really not sure.
No, Kibang, Serge, I'm not saying that divorce is a curse. Ngiyabuza ukuthi phela into when it keeps recurring, it means khona la kungekho right khona. Recurring. It means khona la Sabrina, please mute. So khona la khonya kang go lokiswa ko teng. That's all I'm saying. So I'm not saying it's a curse. I'm asking ukuthi if it keeps recurring, maybe mele kuhlalwe phansi as a family and we look back at what may have gone wrong for us to do that or for us to go through that constantly. Because if it's a given ukuthi mawushada 80% chance ukuthi uzodivorce, then there's something wrong. Whether it's spiritual, whether it's psychological, something is not right. Khona into engekho right lapho.
I think we need cleansing, when I'm a sister. It's a good point that you raised because remember when you get married, your wife, you bring your wife to your home. She becomes part of your ancestors. But when you divorce, there's no ceremony to release that person. The only ceremony that is present is when you welcome a person. But when the person leaves, I've never seen any ceremony where they say, okay, we're now ex-wife, we are now releasing you from this family. I've never seen that, So it's a good point you just raised. Because Naami, I used to cheat a lot. I've stopped cheating, not because I'm a good man. I just got tired of getting caught. Waban.
Wow. Okay, so
so I think we do need cleansing without a shadow of a doubt.
Yes, it's a must nowadays, my angel, especially because in most cases you're the one that's going to take care of the children. So cleansing is recommended. Ka sekgowa ke bo di-soul ties akere, but unfortunately in this case mostly men move right along, but the same person that could have actually led to your divorce could be the candidate that's being moved on with, and this is a person that feels happy that they are taking over. So cleansing on your behalf is something that is recommended. And yeah, even if with what Zola just said, it's just very sad hore how le go tlhelana, when you guys get back together, you guys don't take out lobola again or anything, because it is always acknowledged. But a cleansing is always recommended, Rona, in my family lineage, to avoid that repetition actually. So
Emma,
You know what?
we need to give Vuhlatse a chance, guys.
Nanyeke safuna ukuza yazi. Asithule.
Yeah, Vuhlatse.
No, it's not that deep, man. You don't know where I have. I've broken the ice super sharp. You know, I was listening to Abu Zola now. Firstly, the cleansing part I've experienced. I've dated somebody who had just gotten divorced, and they had to do the whole cleansing and whatnot before whatever it is. Should I have any ideas of wanting to lobola and all those things now? But also, I feel Yabo Zola problem is not even on the spiritual side. If the conversation that they're having and advice that they're giving each other is it's going to end in tears, it will always repeat. Because the words we use are very important. Going back to the main topic, you choose your friends based on what you get out of them. So if advice it's going to end in tears, what else are you going to think? That will obviously mean that every other relative that either Abu Zola has given advice to is waiting for it to end in tears. Therefore, they will never even work hard to even keep it going. Did you understand? So for me, I don't even think it's that deep, yeah, or it's a cleansing or whatever part. It's the conversations that they're having within the family. Everybody keeps saying, oh, Sabrina, you're getting married. No, don't worry. Congratulations.
Okay.
Mara, the sentence, it will end in tears. How does that even balance? Do you understand? So
Yeah.
if they change the conversation, they'll get different results because they'll start seeing differently. It's as simple as that. It's the same with friends. If you change the conversations that you have with your friends, you choose the friends that you hang with, dilo tsa hao di tla ba sharp. Dilo tsa subs tsa di buang tsa hore na ha tse ke jola le ska mfounela, oh okay, sharp. She's already said it will end in 3 months. That's what will always happen. Because she said it. You understand? Nobody has wished her bad or anything. Because remember that 3-month period, she wasn't confiding in any of her so-called friends. She said it herself. Because your color. So
100%.
it's those things. If we can change those things, Sabrina said something about most of these friendships require maturity. And I added, if that's the foundation, we shouldn't have any problems. Do you understand? It should be easy for me to understand your position, you understand my position, and life goes on. At the end of the day, it is not that deep. It's not personal. Look, no, it was girl with a gap. You can offload on me. I don't need to be your best friend. I can just come here and listen to you. And then I'll be like, okay, Chomi, what do you want to do? I don't have to give you advice. It's up to you. Understand? So people take it too personal and they take it too deep. And again, I still go back to, I feel it's more on the female gender where it is taken too deep than it is on the other side. And if we can balance that, if they can change the things that they say and advise each other, they'll be fine. You can't go around telling people Jolo will end in tears. If do betile get a how on that. Do betilo luwan. Do you understand? And then it goes back to now, do I then choose to take a person that gives advice like Abu Zola as a friend? If Lena, I choose that, Lena kirata ho betwa he. Do you understand? So choice, guys. Let's choose and then retla sharp. It's that simple.
100%.
Eish.
No.
Hey, Hlads is even back for round 2.
Bona, comfortable.
It's getting better. It's getting better.
We are happy, sir. We are very happy. Very happy. Sabelo wants to come to the thing, and she's on the waiting list. I don't know who wants to step down for her. There.
Yeah, it's fine. You can take me down. It's no problem.
Okay, cool.
While you're adding Sabelo, can I just say, Hore, to clarify for Bo Serge Libo one, I wasn't saying that divorce is a curse. I was asking Abuti Senzo, Hore, traditionally, is it something that needs to be cleansed or what? No, but divorce it's not something that's practiced. But actually, now we are practicing it. So what remedial action is there for it spiritually? That's all I was asking. Because it's a trauma. Divorce is trauma. Most curses, what Africans call curses, are things that are traumatic. And trauma gets passed down from generation to generation to generation if it's not dealt with. So what Abuti Zola is talking about means that there is a trauma that is consistent in his family to the point that they have accepted high chance that they will get divorced. So how do we remedy that? How do we remedy it? How is that trauma then healed? Because then something needs to be done. You know what I mean? It's not something that you can just have positive thoughts and wish away. It's something that needs to be dealt with head on by your family. That's all I was saying.
Thank you, Makupe. What has the married man been telling you here? I've been hearing you and Popo crying. What have the married men been
No,
saying?
please do not let him speak again because he traumatized me and he cursed me. Okay, so Hakishapu.
I'm going to speak for myself and for it. I said, in my family, I'm not bragging, guys, this is bad news.
Okay.
In my family, a high divorce rate from my aunts to my uncles, to my cousins. You understand? Meaning that is now we're second generation. My cousin comes to me, he's excited, he's getting married. So I said to him, good luck. It will end in tears. That is when I get attacked. But no, you shouldn't advise people like that, etc.
Zola. No, Zola, you forgot to tell him.
Wait, Sabrina. Let him speak. Let him speak. It's fine. Wait, you will respond once he has made his point.
Some said, it's your choice. Some said, you can't give people advice like that, because what you say will happen. So I'm saying, Mina, due to a high divorce rate in South Africa, which is true, our partners, loyalty is not longer like our parents. If you are married, there are so many divorce cases out there, and we should ask ourselves as to why on a high divorce rate, and we don't do a cleansing or setting that spirit back when you guys divorce. Because when I got married in Dodakoti, my wife was introduced to my ancestors. But when she divorces me, Akna ancestors, there was nothing like that. I did my own cleansing, she did her own cleansing, but I think we should go deeper than that. Because you bring these spirits, you bring these ancestors to your home, but you don't let them out. Because if divorce rate are still maintained, it's super high. Is it lack of loyalty? Is it lack of interest? Is it cheating? We've got seasons, change of seasons that I've just explained. Lack of interest, financial challenges, cheating, which I'm one of them. And the list is long. Why is there a divorce rate? People must just answer that question, and then we speak about the on the cheating part. I'm not getting married again. I'm maintaining that. It's real. That is my own story. And I'm not
Thank you, sir.
discouraging people to say don't get married. No, I'm not discouraging anyone. I will say good luck to you. That is all.
Okay. All right. I hear you, Butsola. Sabrina, now come in.
Like, okay, the reason I came up, Putzola also mentioned the facts that looks like the dynamics of dating have changed. There is a product that is coming up, your girlfriend allowance. Let me explain that product that is coming up, right? So by law, if you are cohabiting with somebody for 6 months, right, you guys are life partners. And the law is really just trying to make sure that when your family is just disagreeing to giving your partner a death certificate due to the fact that you're not married, Neleta Difatin said there's something in place for them, and this product is not a girlfriend allowance, it's a spousal declarance allowance. They're still trying to find a name for it because other insurers are disputing it due to the insurable interest, but the insurable interest is also protecting traditional wives that are not recognized by law or family drama. Some way, somehow wins over assets and money that the man actually signed over. So what this is doing, it's going to allow if you and your partner go there, there's an allowance that will be, like a life partner, like a life cover, man. You take in 2 million, you're paying a particular premium, and once that particular person has passed on, it is then divided into one. If there's a child involved, a trust, whatever amount that was taken out, there's a trust for a child. And then there is a livelihood allowance for 24 months. Obviously, now you need to get back to your own way of living or whatever the case may be. But it is something that is going to be allowed to take care of girlfriends, side chicks, because these are people that get harmed or hurt financially. But there's always proof, because there's a lady that won a case, by the way, where she was like, hey, bruh, me, I've got the right over the trust. Yes, I'm the beneficiary and I'm not married to this gent, but if you want to see, he used to pay my rent. And it was proven, and this girl actually won the case. So they're preventing the lawsuit part of it because it can drag. So then they would rather put something in place that is an insurable interest. But it's an agreement between you and Ale. Baba Bitangana about Zaddy. Yeah. What Zaddy?
All right. Thank you for the clarity, Sabrina. Yeah. With the issue of divorces, I don't know. And I'm saying this because I'm not fully aware of the process that goes in it. But I believe in Setswana, there is something called go belesetsa. It's a process of returning a ngwetsi ko gabo, when there is the divorce, as we put it. I've heard of it, and it was quite a very gruesome situation, particularly also, and because it was set in a patriarchal background, right? So what I was told, or what I heard about this, is a woman, if there is a divorce between the man and the thing, it would be taken as that the woman has failed in her duty to be a wife, right? And like I said, it was based on purely practical situations, because then the man is never, the same thing is never done to the man. So then the woman will be taken back, kadi toto, all the luggage, inside karaki di donkey, I don't know, a donkey cart, karaki di donkey, but then they will take out the wheels of the cart. So it will just be scraping through. And because back then there were no roads, that was done as a form of discouraging people from returning back from their marriages. So then there will just be a lot of dust. She will come in and she just has dust all over her face, and she's taken back. So it was seen as a disgrace for you to return from your marriage. And that was then the way of Obelesetsa. As to what happens beyond that, in terms of the traditions of whatever that the family follows, I'm not sure if it goes into deeper than that. So that's what I know it to be. So that's what I know as a thing of Khobele says away now. The divorce is fully acknowledged by the very same people who took you out. By lo khorosa, then batla busetsa morao because ba khorositse akere. So then that would be the case. So in that manner, those who are alive are aware of the situation and are therefore taking the same role of taking this person back. So I don't know fully the details of it and to say, do they only do that in certain circumstances? Or it was regardless, as long as there's divorce, this is what happens, So yeah, so that's what I know. From the issues of it, Lozini, I'm not very familiar with that. So yeah, so Kubatswaneng thing, as far as I know. I don't know about other cultures in how they do that. Lastly, on the issue of, I agree with Mahlatsi when he's saying, Kuti, what you say is particularly important. Okay, Sabrina says Lebasotho. What you say is particularly important as words that you profess. Now, things happening in your family and them repeating, this is what we call patterns of the bloodline. Yeah. So I'll make an example. I come from a situation where my grandfather, him before that, there was forms of divorce, right, in my family. From my wife's side, there's elements of not getting married, right? So for me and my understanding in spiritual matters, I then understood that, okay, this needs to be, if I'm gonna break this particular pattern, I will need to lodge a fight spiritually. And that had to be done before I then got married with my wife. And it was very evident in terms of the events that have happened leading to the marriage. There was so many, I think 4 or 5 accidents that nearly happened but did not happen. But we understood that there's something that we are fighting. We need to also gear up and fight, and we seek counsel spiritually as far as we need to. And that's what was dealt with. Now, just because something then was happening in the family does not mean it will happen to me, because I then took a stand and to fight, and I know that I've won that particular thing. And therefore, it's also up to me to speak the words. And I've said this countlessly on this live, to say that there's no imagination in my head, and there's no world in my head where I'm divorced with my wife. It does not exist. It will not happen. It does not exist. Death will do us part when it is the time for it to come. So those are the things that you speak of. Those are the truths that you walk in, and you fight according to that. And sometimes these things do happen that we don't understand the history we are coming from, and we don't understand what follows us by reason of the decisions that were made by people before us. So we don't know what covenants were entered into before us. We don't know what words were spoken out of anger that follow a bloodline and all of these things. But then it's up to us to then stand and fight against those things. But that can only happen when we understand the root and we deal with it. So that would be my take in terms of that. And maybe just to touch on the issue of my opinion on these high divorces is us getting married without knowing why we're getting married. 2, thinking marriage is something else when it's not. And right now, things are not being cancelled. Like, we don't have elders sitting us down, telling us what needs to happen. We don't, also talk to our parents. We're more likely to talk to friends. We're more likely to talk to each other like this. But we don't take time to understand that I want to get married. What has been in my lineage that is against marriage, or what has been patterns that has been happening in my lineage that I need to make sure that they do not attack me. In my family, from my mother's side, there's a lot of alcoholism. I needed to know that I need to fight the issue of alcoholism. For some people, they can drink and they don't have any problem. But for me, because there's a history, the moment I started drinking, it became a problem. You get what I mean? So you need to then know what you are dealing with from your own family side and how that can then follow. And if something shows it's repeated, then we know it's no longer natural, it's spiritual. Let's deal with it in that manner. Let me not go any further.
Why?
Because I need to be having conversation, guys.
How when we comment, we are taking notes, we are agreeing, we are happy. Guys, am I wrong?
Continue. You are opening our minds. Please continue. Because now I wanna break this case of cheating. It goes.
Exactly. So, okay. So, for example, on the issue of cheating, like I said, most of these things are patterns. Look at where you come from. Look at how men behave in your bloodline. Then try and decipher, is this because of mentality and mindset that has been instilled in young men? Is it because they see their elders and what they do and therefore they follow suit? Or there is something else that follows this thing? So curse of cheating, for example, subs, as you're questioning it, I wouldn't term it the cause of cheating, but there can be a spirit that is sponsoring the behavior of cheating. But the behavior is not as a result of it. The aim is to deal with cheating. No, the aim is to fight marriages, and any other shape or form that can be used will be used. Cheating, whatever the case may be, and all of these things. So you have certain things that happen as a result of, it's just purely people and how they have said and how they've been told certain things, and then that's how we do it. That I've openly said this in our discussions, that this whole thing, it's nonsense to me, and I understand why it was spoken. Because, before, men spend most of the time outside of the home, hunting and whatnot, therefore they will learn a lot of things there. But it's not to say it must be like that. When there are elders in the family who are married, when there are elders in the family who have sound mind, who can sit the boys down and say, hey, as men in this family, I have seen that we do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do you want to follow suit? No, I don't. Okay, this is how I am actively trying to do this thing so that we don't fall in the same shoes, or rather the same patterns, and this is how we are going to fight. It's not going to be easy. We're going to have to do it in this particular manner. So I've tried to bring in a couple of the younger men. I've noted your hands. A couple of the younger men in my family who I see, okay, I can still work with these boys and be like, yo, you're about to finish, or you're about to finish school, you're going to go to university and all of this. This is what I have seen as an elder before you, and I would not want you to walk in this journey. How you can break it is this way. This is how I'm trying to do it. Follow through, and let's do this thing together. Makupe, and then Subs, and then Sabrina. Makupe?
Yeah. So I would disola with the curse of cheating, right? Yes, there's a lot of, like, even alcoholism, what you can call it a curse, you can call it a pattern, you can call it generational trauma. It has different phases, right? But then in when you accept, or when you finally see your problem or the curse or the addiction is this, you must also now start accounting for your part in that. Right? So the fact that now we've identified, okay, there's this thing that's fighting me. How much of you is fighting back? Or now you are just using this curse as an excuse for your behavior. That's all I'm here to say. Yes, those things do exist, but now once you acknowledge and see, this is the enemy that's fighting me, how much of you is fighting back? Because once motho o sa tsebeng gore go na le ntho e lang le ena is different from someone who knows. And once you know, the ball is in your court, because you need to fight.
Thank you, Makupe. Sabelo, come through.
We see what Koketo just said now. Also, knowing sometimes mutu asayiti, like you find that the person doesn't know about the curse or whatever trail that's happening in the family about drinking, about a curse of whatever. Mara just now once they know and then they start doing snacks things and they hold on guti. Hamara, why it's in this family musarana? Why it's in this family remataucha? But all the time before they knew it, they weren't doing whatever that they were doing. And also, like actually, I'm on agreeing Lena. That's what I wanted to say. Now I'm a strong believer when I catch you. And I know other people will feel we are not the same, we are not strong the same. Hey. I really honestly believe that things happen when you believe in them. Wait till this thing eternally in.
Yeah.
Makupe knows the story. So apparently my surname is not my rightful surname.
Okay.
For the longest of time, I have been told that so many things are not going to happen in my life because of I am not using my rightful surname. And I said, yes, if they say Khunali Badim, yes, Khunali Badim. If the Khunali Ing, it's fine by all means, but nah, I believe in God. And nah, I am going to keep praying. And I remember at some point after studying, I was job hunting. I think I stayed at home for like 2 years. And then they were like, "Hi, abona lintsuko gae likasi bereki likasi nyali." I've got 2 older sisters. That for those that don't know, I'm the youngest go gae. I've got 2 older sisters. And at the time we were all unemployed, you know? And they said, "No, likasi nyali, we're not gonna have kids. We're not gonna this Graham Mereko because of we're not using the rightful surname Reboni kan tatwa kan tata ko nakhatsagalang because it started Guyana, he was not using the rightful surname." And I said, guess what? I serve a living Lord and I shall have kids. I'm gonna get my dream job and I'm going to drive a car and I'm gonna leave my mother's house one day and kulo godisa motho o mong ga mang mang or Spansa. I'm not. So, and I've got a cousin that sat down and held on to that. And let me tell you, till now, you don't see gore bophelo ba gagwe bo ya kae because every time I hear, "Hey buddy, how's it going? Ah, Joe, you know this thing. Hey, Khanti, when I'm like, dude, I'm not changing my surname. The only time I'm going to change my surname is the day kuqhutshwa inkomo ziswa ekhaya and bayongicela ukuthi ngiyokhulisa isibongo saka bani bani. Up until then, I'm staying on my father's couch, like I always say, and ke nna ka sefane se ke tlhageleng ka sone. You know, so I feel like certain things we hold on to them so much and we put them in our heads that they make sense, and sometimes we find excuses with you know, we use those things as the scapegoats, yes, you know, and we hold on to, but most of the things you can just wake up and make a choice as a person. KG, you just said right now gore ko ga lona le lona setting ya gore ba re eng bojwala, but look at you, look at this young handsome man. You know, you chose gore wena you're not gonna go through the same line. Sometimes guys in life, honestly, you must just get up and dust yourself and tell yourself that you are going to fight. Nothing good in life comes easier. Just get up and keep fighting. Every day you wake up, you fight. And that is just Bupilo, unfortunately so.
There we go. Thank you, Saps. In my case, it was a form of deliverance in what I believe in. So I was freed and delivered from that whole situation. So yeah, I think it's. Wait, someone else had a hand. Sabrina, sorry. I think you had a hand earlier on.
Okay, if you wanted to say something to add from what Sab said, I don't think it's wrong. There's always something when we are tilted, we need to make sure we're not falling or we get back up and we let it choo. O batla go bua? O batla go bua before ke bua?
No. It's fine. Speak. I'll give Zol and then I'll come through. Me, I always have something to say, so go ahead.
You know, like I had commented that in my lineage it's very sad, but I always know something. Things can be fixed once they are acknowledged. we are able to make a choice once we have an understanding where everything comes from. Seb said something that's very important. Yes, that's how perception was. Yeah, kwalona halenyale because of marana isenkanna. You need to understand that there's a higher force, the higher being, there's angels, there's anything good that symbolizes and follows you that will actually say, oh yes, that is exactly why she was born at the time, the date and day, and was called this particular person. In my lineage, it is you don't have children out of wedlock. My mom had a child out of wedlock. Papa go mojutil. I had a child out of wedlock. Nane kele mo maratong. It's a different scenario. And my grandmother once said, you know what? Perhaps we've never acknowledged to God the fact that basadi ba baron, as in like maholokwe, firstborns basically, because my mom is a firstborn, I'm a firstborn. Who they carry and how they come into this world has never been presented properly. My mom is a twin, and my twin passed on when we were 2, and my son's twin passed on before he could come into life. And my grandmother then started saying, no, but then this cannot be identified as a curse, like what Makupe said. Now, this is something I think we've never gotten right. I now have an 11-year-old boy. Do you know, since this year started, my son has been saying, you know, I really wish I could have a little sister, a little brother. And I'm like, okay, we'll look into puppies. And it's like, no, you're not hearing me out. Mom, I would like you this year to have a boyfriend. And what I'm saying is, things can change into an advantage that is suited for the purpose. But it won't happen up until we acknowledge, like, the emphasis besides in our family, divorce. No. Can we acknowledge that this is not something, right, that we like? We don't want to waste time. We do not want to cheat. We want to be held down. Can we be able to identify where we might be going wrong and fix that? It is not in our nature. That's the one thing that I like about everything that Zola had to say. It is not in our nature, and it's nonchalant that it's happening around, which is how most of us are actually allowing things to just flow. It is because it is there. It is a stat. Okay, I'll work over my stat the other fear of Mjolo, although I have this wonderful idea of a relationship that I want. But truthfully speaking, you know, and we need to acknowledge, guys, and I'm not trying to change your beliefs or what, but where God resides, where the light of the angelic or white or whatever you want, but the ancestors of good reside, a conversation can be held. A proper conversation of pledging can also be held, and you can be taught and be given wisdom of how to change things.
Thank you, Sabrina. Abu Zala, come to sir.
Guys, first and foremost, I did acknowledge this challenge as a Kaya, myself included. It wasn't a question of boosting, it was a question of acknowledging when I in a problem land. And believe you me, when I host, it's not a question of I don't do anything about it. It's work in progress. And I'm gonna be the first person to say it right here, right now, Ugotimina, I am a hypocrite. I am a big hypocrite. I pray to God. I believe in God. At the very same breath, I also acknowledge my ancestors. You understand? That makes me a hypocrite. I'm not saying I'm serving or worshiping ancestors. No. I'm saying I also reach out to them. I also talk to them. You know, the past, you know, lighting back and acknowledge them. And like, guys, there's a problem. I need your guidance, you know. So I am a hypocrite in that sense, but it's not a question of umuntu uyathola and do nothing about it. No, you take ownership. Because the devil, guys, attacks us in every angle they can get the opportunity to do so. Let us not be ignorant. I've got 2 cousins in Dodagoti in PE. and their mother, she's like, she fears God, she worships God. And then she took the kids away from practicing a culture. And those kids are not okay for way to. And then you're like, no, man, you can't try to teach kids that is because we tried the Christian side and man, there's still no answers, So all I'm saying, guys, each and every one of us, Lana and Shabeni, we all have a story to tell. We all have testimonies to say, "Gutiyazini, my God spoke to me and I saw the light." We all have unique experiences. We cannot deny ukuthi uNkulunkulu akaphili. He is there. He is a redeemer. But there comes a time you pray for 10 years for ukuthola umsebenzi ungawutholi. I'm sure part of you will say, man, let me go and consult. What's going on, Lana? I've been applying for a job for 10 years and I've not answered and they're tandas. We are humans. You will say, Yazin, maybe if I consult, I told her, he answer, the reason why you're not getting a job, because you did not give thanks to your ancestors when the umsebenzi, to thank them for you being alive. Then you do Liam Sebins, then you get the job. Then you're like, Haibo, was it the ancestors answering my prayers or was it God? We are limited with wisdom, but if you believe in something, go for it. I'm not discouraging anyone. I'm not saying God doesn't exist. Don't get me wrong. Sometimes things happen. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Butsola. Thank you so much. Sabrina, our topic is Yes, I was even about to ask. Please, can you please tell everyone to do what you're doing now? Please. Come through, Sabrina.
No, you're actually going to say, because now it's the second time, Orowabu, and then no, your turn.
Okay.
Bua.
All right. Okay. So, everyone, welcome those who have just joined us. Today we are Makaya Randan. We have these conversations every Monday to Friday, 20 past 10. We are here, we discuss. We're supposed to have cut this conversation a long time ago. It's even taking another direction. But in any case, so we also have recordings of these lives on YouTube, same channel, Makaya Rundown. You can check all of these things. Join us, follow, do the hard thing, send what, share the live. We are winning. Okay, so I saw a comment. Okay, do you think you are equipping yourself for the life you want? Okay, that's the topic that Sabrina wants to say. So, guys, we send topics that you would like us to look into. Right now, because I don't know, Sabelo is driving. If you can, someone please screenshot and just send me on the DMs, or just send us your topic on the DMs and we will look into that and make sure that we bring it in. Nonetheless,
sorry, can I just sorry, I'm so sorry to do this.
Sure.
Our future topic, one of the topics, there was an article about a guy that left his girlfriend because he raised a child that was not his for 8 years, and then his girlfriend is taking him to court for not maintaining that child that is not his. Is it right for a man to walk away if you find out your child is not yours? Because he did a DNA for this child that ended up not his. In the future, I think I would like us to discuss that topic in the near future.
Okay. All right. Hey.
I actually was involved in one panel about that, and it's okay. You will be surprised at the angle that I have, because one thing that I know, adults need to now be adults. This whole pinpointing of fingers, it must come to an end.
Thank you, Sabrina. Much appreciated. Taking into advisement, Abudzala. I'll have to gym up for that one. On this one, okay. with the issue, I don't know if Subs, you want to speak?
I want to say something.
Say it, okay.
Your haircut looks clean, man.
Thank you, thank you. Especially because the last time you saw me,
Right?
yeah, yeah,
I was actually taking a screenshot and I saw the angle because you look sideways. You were trying to listen to Uzola, you know, and you
yeah.
look down and I got the sideways and I'm like, yay.
I'm trying, but my wife complains that I cut it too short. She wants me to do another hairstyle, and hey, but yeah. Anyway, she's the owner of
Legal
this head.
advisor. She's the legal
She's the
advisor.
she's the owner of this head, so yeah, she can tell me which one she wants. Nonetheless, with I don't even know where to touch this topic, everything that you guys have brought it in, but you know, I think, and this is just my personal opinion, in everything in life, if we are serious enough about it, we will come out well. That will be coupled with seeking advice, that will be coupled with following up on those things and taking action. It's not going to be easy. And it's said so much that it's such a cliche, but life is spiritual. And I don't know how much we want to ignore it, but life is spiritual. And when certain things that are happening that you can see that they defy nature, then it's very clear that the supernatural is at play. And if you don't therefore align yourself spiritually, you will basically be a spectator in your own life, sadly. You'll be a spectator in your own life. And the way life, I think, is set up, they will know the life and the universe, as in just the world that we live in, will not necessarily feel pity for you. It will not rearrange itself because there are certain principles and laws. Gravity will always be gravity. It will be 9.8, and that's just it. So if you then don't take these things to heart and fight where you need to fight and align yourself where you need to align yourself, then you will fail, and you'll just be a spectator. And certain things we also need to be open to being corrected and hearing other people's opinion. And I love how Abudzola has taken, for example, what Mahlati was saying, and he's willing to hear it out and say, okay, maybe I need to consider certain things and whatnot. Because if you don't, you will not be able to see that in some of the things that make sense, like it makes total sense, both in your head and anyone else you will convince otherwise. But the fact is, it won't help you. You get what I mean? Just because you can reason, me personally, I think I can reason anything. Even a bad thing, I will reason it out. But it does not serve me to do that. To blatantly be like, no, I'm behaving like this because of this and this and this. You will always have the reasons for why you are behaving like this, but it won't change the fact that until you change your behavior, until you change your ways, then you will not make any step forward. Right? So let's make sure that we do that. And for me, and I always say this, I will forever recommend God. I will forever recommend Jesus any day. Because I have tested, I have walked, and I have fallen, and I still stood up, and God in my life has always been very consistent. And that is something that I can always rely on. And if certain things, and that's why I have struggles to believe in things that tomorrow can change, things that are not, I don't know, anything can go because of whatever reason. But when I trust in God, I know there's a book that I can read about this God, and he will forever act according to this particular book. Whether I want to cry about it or not, he will forever act about. So for me, that is more reliable. This is for me, and this is what I've tested. And I implore anyone to try whatever faith that you want to try, walk in it. If it works for you and it's consistent, listen, man, right? But for me, I have not found one, not that I've tested all of them, but I have not found one that will forever be as consistent as God. And you need, when you take that walk with God, for me, you need to make sure that you are always open to learning. You're always open to learning new things, because in him you will know a lot about your own culture. You will even be able to pick up what really is just people deciding whatever they decided, had nothing to do with God, had nothing to do with it serving you, and whatever the case may be. So we need to consider all of these things, all right? And my last opinion on the marriage situation and relationships: keep your friends at the distance that protects your marriage, that always is loyal to your marriage, so that these people still have room in your life, because no man is an island. And communicate, like we've been saying with Makupe, communicate with the people around you and make sure that they know the role that they are playing in your life and the role that you are playing in their lives. You know, and people will forever prove themselves, either right or wrong. So, and it's up to you to learn and pick up and then, you know, move with life as it goes. So for me personally, I have heard all the advices spiritually and family wise about how you engage with single people in your marriage, how you engage with your friends, how you even engage with in-laws, and all of these things. All of these things are talked about in premarital counseling. You will understand a lot of them. However, not all of them are applicable to your specific scenario and your relationship. So it's very important that the both of you know what you are sticking by, know what you're going to do to make sure that your your life is just going the way that you want it to go. Okay, so that will just be my thing. Is I have friends that are dear to me, both male and female. They play great roles. I play great roles in their lives, I believe. And I involve them where I need to involve them. But my marriage, when it comes to how we handle things, me and my wife, we have a counselor, we have a book that we fully live by, and we ensure that we always checking each other, and there's other people who are checking us, you know, so that way it helps the marriage to continue forward. And guys, also, if you are gonna get married, and if you are married, and I can only speak about marriage in this case, but also allow your marriage to serve people. You know, I don't think marriage in itself, outside the two of you, is designed just for you two to benefit, for you to just have kids, and that's all about. You are building a community here. You are influencing nations with this. So you need to serve other people with your marriage. And that is what will contribute to marriage being attractive, as we have said in one of our topics. And that's what also help people to see the good things in marriage, and maybe a model that they can try and, you know, adjust for their own selves. I'll stop there for now. Abutizola, Makupe, and Sabrina, in that order.
Well said, Ndodakoti. You know, trust goes a long way, both in a marriage as well as in friendship, because you cannot hang around with people you don't trust. And also, you cannot be saying, I mean, I don't trust my wife because she's got a male friend. You know, trust goes a long way, and it is end at the end of the day. So well said. And yeah, guys, we are attacked daily by the devil. We need to pray harder and take nothing for granted, you know. And the most important thing of them all, be true to yourself. Know yourself better before you know another person. Because we can analyze other people all day long. When in the meantime you don't even know yourself. Because the old pastor of mine once said, "You are who you really are when things go south." You know, when you are now tested, how do you respond when you lose a job, when you lose money, when you lose family? How is it that you're gonna respond? You know, so a character is important, and a character gets tested every single day, at work, at home, and in a cycle of friendship. So, well said, Ndota, and I wish you all the best, and to all the listeners as well. Keep faith alive. We're rough out there. I maintain I'm busy. I'm not gonna get married again. I'm not being negative. Icon is real. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Budzala. Don't let whatever he said deter you. Get married again, guys. In Makup.
Yeah. Yeah, no. Wait, what am I? This is a closing comment. Oh.
Yeah.
So yeah, guys, stay safe, keep warm. I'm kidding. Um, I think that this topic is like many other topics, ne, is similar to losing weight, I guess, because that's the journey that I'm on now. A lot of things we already know them. I know everything that I need to do to lose weight. But the trick is just willpower and getting up and doing those things. And they are not nice things to do at all. But the results will, speak for themselves. Most of us know what we need to do. We know what we need to do for healthy marriages. We know what we need to do for healthy relationships. We know how to do, for everything. But now to practice these things is where we fall short. It's where we have to have difficult conversations, where we have to put into practice prioritizing our partners, prioritizing our friends, prioritizing our families, and also being cognizant of the fact that we are responsible for more than just ourselves. Like you were saying, Jorge, you are responsible for generations, you're responsible for everyone around you. Wabo? So yeah, that's my 2 cents on that.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Kupe. Sabrina?
It's unfortunate I shared the live last minute, but everything that was actually spoken of in my spiritual leadership, I had remembered that there's somebody that I'm guiding and he actually needed to be part of this, but I shared the live at the right time because the reality of everything that we started with and we interacted with, I'm glad that you guys are grown-ups that are accountable, grown-ups that encourage good change, grown-ups that want to change the face of what we are used to as life and just recreate it to being something beautiful. I bestow blessings beyond the powers I may have actually upon each and every one of you, that it doesn't only happen here or within close circles, that you guys are actually beacons of goodwill out there. And yeah, that's me.
Thank you so much.
That was so beautiful.
So beautiful. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Sabrina. And whoever came that you invited, they can catch this. I believe, I hope Leroy will be able to do it, but we will post it by tomorrow on YouTube. And, upon request, sometimes we do part 2.
Let him catch up more directly. Let him catch up from the beginning to the end. He needs this.
Exactly.
He's lost the yana.
Okay, so yeah, so there's a library of great information on YouTube. So yeah, this will be also uploaded tomorrow. So thank you so much, Sabrina, for sharing. And this is what I always say, that if you know there's someone who would benefit from this conversation, listen. Send them so that they can see this. And sometimes you can't have certain conversations. Trust abo auntie nabo uncle here to address certain matters, to these people. So yeah, so there's that. Maybe part two is needed. Yeah, we could. We could do it. Maybe we can spice it up, look it in another direction. So yeah, let's brainstorm that, and we can definitely bring it back. And subs. I can't hear you, Sabelo. Okay, I think she received a call.
Oh, sorry, I got a phone call.
Sure.
I did. I did. Sorry. Kuketo, as it Transformers 1, Transformers 2, o rata di-part 2, part
Uthola di-call because bayazi ukuthi uzongibhedela.
Transformers, so come on, bro.
Bayazi ukuthi uzongibhedela. They know ukuthi lo uyobhedela umntanethu asinje simkhathi.
And also, you don't respect your elders. Please, kisantsane ke bua tu.
Simkhathi.
Let's go, subs.
I want to say to Abdizola, ne, I know, Nali and I don't think we've interacted like so many times, but I'm sure what he has picked up about me, I'm very, very playful, very, very playful, but I want to be so serious right now and say to him that I pray that he defeats all, lack of a better word, all the demons he's facing, and all their curses, and all the difficulties, and everything that he feels it's an obstacle. I pray for him that he he defeats all of that, and he becomes a better person. And when he's there, he meets his match. Because I'm going to say this, sometimes we meet people in life. The fact that our paths crossed, it does not mean that I was meant to be in your life for the rest of our lives. Sometimes our paths, they cross for for whatever, but it is for that time. And when that time ifela or ifita, then phase that person in your life is done, or their time or whatever. So what I'm trying to say is, yes, he could have been married and he had a bad experience, a bad experience. It could be that the person that he was married to, or the person that was in his life, was not his person. Engathi Putzola, uThixo angamzisa owakho. Oh, yabona ayithathu latsiba stuka bari yo mangmang una le stuka. Ngifuna okaPutzola abe nestuka sakhe and forward ukuthi lo okaPutzola. I hope, because you know what, as much as I speak a lot of nonsense about marriage and nonsense, but I still believe in love. I think if anyone knows me, knows that I believe in love, and marriage is such a beautiful thing. As much as I don't think it is for me, it's not because of I have seen or experienced bad marriages. Like my sisters are married, and I've seen beautiful marriages out there, and I know that being married is such a beautiful thing. I mean, guys, it's love. Love is such a beautiful thing, and sometimes, yes, we meet people that might change our perspective and change our thoughts and everything and our beliefs around something. But let us not allow people to change what we believe in or how we see things. Umuntu yeza at that time in your life to mess up whatever that they've messed up, but let them, when they leave, let them leave with that bad thought, negative thought, and bad everything. So that when, as a person, you can stay on your own and refresh yourself. That's what I'm saying. I pray that he uses this time to refresh and recharge himself. And when he's in a better space, Mutu ola ona leng stuka se kwadileng Zola on her forehead must make it his way. Guys, ke a le rata. Guys, Jolang, love is beautiful. Love is beautiful. KG will vouch for that. Unfortunately, we can't marry ourselves. They said we must get married. Unfortunately, we can't marry ourselves and we can't propose to ourselves and we can't lobola ourselves. I mean, I think if we could just get up and be married, I'm sure thousands of us would be married by now. But okay, I'm glad also that is not how it's done, because there would be so many fake marriages out there. But anyway, good guys. See you tomorrow. Thanks, KG.
Thank you so much. That's it, guys. This thing, like this statement, marriage is a calling. I understand where it comes from and why people say it, but when it's used in a form of saying, if you are then not called for it, then don't do it, or in a fear mongering way, I don't think it's great. Marriage is an institution that a man and a woman can come together and raise a family and build a nation. If none of those things are your intentions, then don't get married. And there's nothing wrong with not getting married. But the moment you now go and do all these other things outside of that particular institution, that's where we see flames. That's where we see flames. So I think let's all bring it to the very simple things that it is. Two people coming together in front of their maker and saying, we are doing this thing, and the maker saying, let's go, let's do this thing. Keep your maker together with your marriage, and for me, I believe everything else will go just as fine. Experiences do happen where divorce does happen and things like that, and I think it's important then to still go back to your maker and be like, how and why did this thing not go the way that it's supposed to have gone, so that you can learn some of it. And once you learn that lesson as to why it did not work out, then you can either be prepared for better or know, if better, that this was meant for you, or you were too quick, or whatever the reason it is that you were given by your maker. So I think then you stand a better chance of walking well and that's it. Just walk well with your maker, and most of these things that we go through in life, you will have a GPS. That's just it. So I thank you guys. I'm very honored that you have come to the panel, had these discussions with me. We will try and have a part 2 on this thing, but maybe in a different angle, because it also opened other things that we can have conversations about. Remember also to send us your suggestions in terms of topics that are close to you, that you would like to discuss, that you would like to hear opinions of others on. And we are doing so in an environment that is friendly, an environment that is respectful, in an environment that is always looking to build rather than to destroy. And if ever you pick up any form of destroying, point it out to us, because that's not our intention, and we will try and change or the reason why things are done the way that they are done. But we really appreciate you for contributing to this. Great. I will give you an opportunity, Mama. We really appreciate you for contributing positively to us being able to build this platform. And we really appreciate you guys. Tomorrow we will I won't be able to host. Leroy is not well. Please pray for Leroy. When you are praying, he's not feeling well and he might not be able to host the whole week. Tomorrow, I definitely have back-to-back meetings. Thursday I will definitely be able to hold. I'll try also be able to hold on Friday, to host on Friday. Tomorrow we will try and make something. Hopefully subs will be able to. If not, we might not come through, but we will notify you guys. Check out on the page. Kupe, come through, mama.
It's not true that now you defend us. What you allow Sabelo to bully me all the time, don't you? Libomponyana, and I'm always like, "Ke kopa gore ba kgaleme," and you don't. So it's fine.
Thank you for making your case.
You've
No.
got your favorites. I see
Thank you
that
for
I
making
must
your
now.
case. No, all I'm saying is please support, bring evidence of this case, and let's talk it out. And Sizoba, right? We've talked about communication, so let's talk. We will
No,
talk
it's good
about this thing.
because we can just go to YouTube. I like it because the more I record, it's nice. Thank you.
All right. Lay your case. Let's talk about it, and we will go through with everything and come with remedial actions. And the nice thing about Mpongana, she's a lawyer, so we will try and see how we can deal with her.
So now we'll be dealing with semantics. It's fine. It's okay.
Alrighty.
Shut up, guys.
Enjoy the rest of your day, guys. I'll see you guys hopefully tomorrow. If not, someone else will be here. Bye bye.
Bye.